Live.
All right. So last we left off, you guys did, excuse me, a little bit of cleanup duty in the hell was the name of that town? Son of a...
Werewolves Are Us?
Yeah, serious.
Yeah, that one.
That begs the question: have you seen Dusted On yet, Goose?
I still haven't.
You're
You have
fired.
one job, dude. Week to week,
I
you've
know,
got one
I
job.
know. All right, hold on. It's gonna bug me if I. It's totally not relevant, but it's gonna bug me if I don't look it up.
Sounds about right.
I know, dude. I'm telling you.
That's alright. We get it. Alright, so I get to get used to using 2 different character sheets this week. That should be fun.
Deming.
Deming, that's right.
Deming, New
guys-
Mexico? What?
That's right. You guys cleaned out the Baron's little side operation, whatever it was he had going on there. Reunited a father and daughter. Got some thanks from the town. Had a little ceremony for Emin. And proceeded on your short trek north to Kelbar for your next contract. After your little talk with Brennan, he continues on kind of a similar a routine where he's up in the morning generally first and does some kind of physical training, and then in the evening he's either teaching Crench how to read or reading some other books of his own.
I'm helping Cringe learn how to read.
Or getting taught Elven from
Me.
Lucius. One of the above. So the last 3 days on the road have been a bit hot in the summer air, but otherwise pretty uneventful. The road you guys are traveling on, clearly it does not get much in the way of traffic, as you don't run across any other travelers on your way up there. You're kind of keeping an eye on Bremen. He's still clearly dealing with Emin's death, but seems to be working through it. On the 4th day of travel, around midday, you crest a small hill where the road splits. To the southwest, the road leads to a dark, thick forest, and then just past that to the foothills of the mountains to the south. If you continue on straight on the road to the west, as you crest the hill, you see the village of Kelbar about a mile away. It's a picturesque forest village of about a dozen or so buildings. On the north end of the town, there's a small waterfall that cascades over a cliff that feeds into a large stream that cuts through the center of the village. There's a small wooden bridge across the stream. And as the stream continues south, it feeds a lake. And the lake is kind of the backdrop of the community. The village of Kelbar was built on the lakeshore. And on the south end of town, right up against the lake, there is a small rise. And atop that hill is a 30-foot tall granite rock formation that juts sharply out of the ground, and it's like the dominant physical feature. It's hard to miss it. And the village would look pretty idyllic with the natural beauty surrounding it, a small, quaint village. However, even at a distance of a mile or so, you can tell at least 2 of the buildings are burned out ruins. And although it's a pretty small village, it's the lack of activity around the town, even for such a small settlement, is pretty unsettling. Are you guys going to go to the southwest towards the forest, or to the west towards the village itself? The contact is the blacksmith Alec. By the way, I don't know if I told you guys that.
Are there boats on the lake and whatnot? Like, can we see them fishing or?
No, there does not appear to be any activity on the lake either. There is actually, I should have mentioned this, a very small island just to the south of where that kind of hill with that granite rock formation is. And on that small island, there also appears to be a small building as well. It's very close to the town, all of it, even the little island. It's not very far offshore.
Does it look spooky? Sorry.
No, not spooky. It doesn't look spooky. It looks
Very
Dilapidated.
spooky.
not even dilapidated, just like there's nothing going on. Like, I mean, beyond nothing going on. It looks empty.
Vacant. Okay.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about another little scouting mission with Pooh?
Yeah, we can send Pooh.
Alright,
to,
so I'll spend 10 minutes to ritual cast Beast Sense. Give Pooh a little pet and look through his eyes while he flies around a bit.
Okay. Toward the forest or toward the settlement?
Little of A, little of B.
Okay. The forest, there's really not much for him to see. You can tell that right as the road gets closer to the forest, it splits off again, and one road goes deeper into the forest. Past that point, it's very difficult for Pooh to see anything. The foliage is just too thick; he can't see down there. And the other split seems to work its way more toward the mountains.
Which is kind of not the way we're going, right?
Which is kind of a little off where you guys are going. And the village itself, from his point of view, there's two small structures. You would assume houses, cottages, that you'll hit first as you approach from the road. Off the road, there's a small herd of sheep, and it looks like Pooh can only pick out one figure, which the herd of sheep is on the north end of the road as you approach the town, and he appears to pick out a solitary figure on the south end of the road. But other than that, he really doesn't see a whole lot of activity. I mean, you do see like signs of people, like smoke coming from forges type of thing, but there's like nothing going on outside. Just nobody's out and about.
So with I'm assuming that Crunch, you're relaying all this information back to us.
Big time.
Well, this is the Save the Town contract, right?
Yeah, there was a very vague contract. It simply said protect the town.
But is this the town?
This is the town. This is the town, and the contract contact is Alec the blacksmith, right?
Well, all right. I guess we'll just. I mean, we might as well go in there and talk to the blacksmith. Yeah.
I
Sure.
mean, our job is to protect the town. It doesn't sound like the road going to the forest leads anywhere near the town. So
why can't I find? Maybe there it is. God, that was way harder than it needed to be.
We've already had a Dust to Dawn experience, so I mean,
what are the odds that we're gonna run into?
I got to find another movie to inadvertently rip off. So you guys can.
Are you gonna do They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper?
I've never seen that one, so it's certainly possible.
Oh God, it's The Hangover.
You continue on the road to the west, and the first, just like you saw through Pooh, there's two houses that are slightly removed, kind of very much on the outskirts of town. There's a small cottage off the road to the north. Near that cottage is a herd of sheep, and then there's a small cottage to the south, slightly further off the road. Where and you kind of see a falcon or a hawk maybe flying overhead.
And the blacksmith is a big black man with a face tattoo, and he talks like this.
No, it's Bubba the Big Black Dwarf.
No, it's Mike Tyson.
No.
It's a nice tiger tattoo you got there, mister.
Okay. So we're approaching the town and just kind of nothing is going on. It's just
Mr. Passive Perception of 27.
it's not 27, it's 25.
Whatever. There is the figure that Pooh spotted is near the southern house, kind of a little ways off the road. So you do see a person out there.
I'll kind of look down to Merrick and go, "You're non-threatening. Why don't you go talk to that guy?"
I look up and say, "Do you got any muffins?"
I'm all out. I'm sorry.
So
I'll go with you.
Yeah, I've got it. So Merrick hops down from the wagon and kind of trudges over, non-threatening, just, taking my walking staff and heading that direction. And when I get up near the person, I'm certainly kind of like, with the lack of activity, I'm certainly looking around and trying to make sure that I'm not, making sure there's no issues or anything weird going on.
It's like an eerie level of lack of activity, right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm certainly being cautious, but not acting like I'm being cautious.
Okay. So as you approach the house and the person, you get close enough, you realize that the person is actually a gnome, and a falcon cries overhead,
Perfect.
and then as you approach the house is made out of mud bricks, roofed with hay. It's gnome size, so shorter than what you're used to. There's a scarecrow out front, and there's a lean, muscular gnome standing near the house. He's has his shirt off, and he's appears to be striking the scarecrow with like a wooden training sword, like he's training. He appears to have some skill with the blade and doesn't really seem to notice you as you approach. He seems to think swordplay is for showing off. He's very fancy with his flourishes and strikes.
But he does look, even with the fanciness, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
It looks like he has some level of competency over your normal commoner. Yeah.
Cool. So I did not surprise this person. I give him a very much a well met. And how do you do, friend?
He seems a little startled and kind of looks at you and kind of sees your party off in the distance, and he says, hello. And we don't get too many travelers in Kelbar, but what can I do for you?
I said, well, I'm here in Kelbar, and I've heard you guys have a blacksmith that I need to see.
So yeah, sure. Alec is. Let me tell you where Alec is. He said, Alec's forge is the building, the southmost southernmost on the creek, all the way at the end. So if you follow the road, it will be the last place you run into.
I can definitely do that. But I said, friend, there's not a lot of activity around here. Why is that?
He says, well, we've been having some troubles lately. We're not quite sure what's going on. Who are you again?
I'm Merrick. I'm a gnome like you.
He just kind of looks at you.
Merrick with the tradition of rejects. Does that help?
He says, no, that does not help at all. I don't even know what that means.
Well, you should. So I'm gonna put that on you, and that's okay with me though.
He goes, well, if you're looking for Alec, it's the last house at the bottom of the river.
Which I can certainly do, but you said that you're having some problems, but I'm curious as to what these problems are before I go talk to Alec.
He goes, well, make a persuasion check.
Persuasion check. I can certainly do that.
He goes, well, we've been having some mysterious disappearances of some people.
Ooh, natural one, and it's still a 12.
Yeah.
He seems
So that passes, right?
Seems to be
Hard to read, maybe.
speak a thing the truth as best you can tell.
Sure. And so I said, people are disappearing, like in the night, during the day, like are just gone.
He goes, at night mostly.
Were they out in the woods? Were they in their home? Like, what do you mean they disappeared? Explain that to me.
Says, well, some. So the circumstances have never been quite the same, other than it's always been at night. Except for. Sorry, I gotta find names. There we go. Except for poor Rhea and Thalia.
Rhea and Thalia. What happened to Rhea and Thalia?
So we don't know. We found them torn apart just yesterday, and people are starting to think the town is cursed and leaving. I don't know. Maybe they're right.
But Rhea and Thalia were not taken during the day, or taken during the night.
No, they were killed during the day. We found their bodies.
Oh no. Who were Rhea and Thalia? Important people in the town, or are they just townspeople?
No, there was the daughters of Hector and Paula. They live up the road in that farmhouse here, and he indicates that this farmhouse is what he's referring to.
Am I close enough to hear what's going on?
I would assume not, because he walked over there and nobody went with him.
Okay.
So I kind of look at him and say, friend, I'm excuse my manners. I never asked for your name.
By the way, the F is where you guys are at right now, or well, where Merrick is at right now.
So we're probably like on the road.
Yeah, you guys would be exactly right. Yep.
Yep.
You got it.
So and I say, friend, I never asked your name. I apologize for that.
He goes, oh, I apologize for not offering it. My name is Moonshadow.
Moonshadow, what are you? Are you a member of a clan? What brings you to this town here?
Well, you would know a little bit of the history of the town, Merrick. About 100 years ago, a group of forest gnomes, because they're not really from this area, settled this town, and they did so because of that massive rock formation. They kind of believed had spiritual powers, so it was like a spiritual relocation. And the forest gnomes settled the town about 50 years ago. A group of humans came and settled with them, and since then, the town has been about 50-50 humans and gnomes. Very small village, kind of very much off the beaten path. So that's kind of the 5-second history of the town.
So I ask him, I say, how bear our brethren here in the town?
As well, which ones of us are left? We're concerned, frankly.
So are the humans being taken as frequently as the gnomes?
I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've never actually sat down to do the math, but I don't think so.
So more gnomes than humans, my friend.
Yeah, I think that's right.
All right. And I ask him, I say, can Alec be trusted?
Yeah, I've known Alec a long time. I think everybody in here in the village is trustworthy. I don't. There's really nobody that I don't trust. It's just a mystery. I have no idea what's going on.
Is Alec a gnome or is he a human?
Oh, Alec's human.
Human. Okay.
Yeah, him and his wife, whose name I'm looking up. Got to keep this page just handy. Where are you? And his wife Elise work in the blacksmith shop.
All right. Well, I thank you very much for your time and for your insight, and I offer any assistance as far as as far as your practicing is concerned. Is there anything that you're practicing for? Or is it just because you're a little afraid right now?
He kind of puffs up. He goes, "No, I'm not afraid. I'm a member of the militia. I think maybe the best swordsman in the militia, and I'm a little bit of a guide too. If you guys ever need someone in the local area, I'm your guy."
No, so you know the woods and the surrounding area.
So, oh yeah, definitely. I can show you guys all over. If you ever want to get out of town and know somebody who knows the lay of the land, just come see Moonshadow. That's what I said his name was, right?
So I smile at Moonshadow and bid him adieu.
All right.
I go back to the party and relay the information that I've learned.
Okay.
And so I suggest that on our way, we might as well stop and talk to the family in this house. And I'm sorry, Goose, I've forgotten the names of the parents that are still alive.
Hector and Paulus.
So I suggest that we stop and talk to Hector and Paulus.
I think that would be smart. Maybe if they haven't been interred yet, I can offer my services, and with their permission, I might actually be able to glean a bit more info of what's going on here.
Okay, you guys continue on the road, And as you approach their farmhouse, like most of the other houses in town, it's made of strong, sturdy cedar planks. There's a few pots on the porch. And you see two muscular humans, one male who has a slight limp, and one female. They're just to the side of their house, digging a shallow hole. The man looks up. His face is drawn. His eyes are red. And as you approach, he kind of spikes his spade in the ground, and he says, "Evening. I don't recognize any of you, and I don't suppose by any chance any of you would be a priest."
I'll step forward and say, I am with Phil Mater, yes? What can I do for you?
He goes, "Oh, that's almost too coincidental timing, but our daughters were killed yesterday, and we would very much like them to have the Song of the Dead played for them, if you would be so willing."
Is he
We had,
is he digging the hole, Goose?
Well, he was until you guys came up, and then he stopped.
I'm gonna ask him if he needs help with digging the hole.
He says, "Well, sure. My leg acts up from time to time. If you look like you have a strong back, if you want to help, I would surely appreciate it."
Absolutely.
Cringe digs the entire 6-foot grave in one shovel.
Yeah, just, Phew! There you go.
1990 JRPG style.
I'm going to talk to Hector and say, we heard from Moonshadow what had happened. It appears that there seems to be a decent amount of this type of thing going on around here lately. And we are actually here to attempt to put a stop to it. We have the blacksmith submitted a contract with the guilds.
Make an insight check.
An insight check?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, another natural.
Quit rolling ones, Andrew. Jesus.
He says, "Oh well, I mean, if you guys could figure it out, that would be great. I'd be happy to have you guys come inside, and I'll give you what information I know after we lay him to rest." And Crench, as you're off to the side there, digging the hole, you can see behind the house, kind of blocked from your view before, there's two.
That's an athletics check.
Yeah.
It was very athletic to dig the trench.
I'm
Yeah,
digging
once
way
it's
down.
Done.
I'm gonna have to jump out of this hole.
There's two
There's a rope.
two white cloths, what you would assume to be covering the remains of their daughters.
Of course.
By the size of it, you would guess they would be like pre-teen teenagers.
I'm going to ask Hector, before we do the ritual and inter your daughters, which I will be happy to do no matter what you say, may I speak with them?
Make a persuasion check.
Wow.
Oh no.
He
Even if I had advantage.
I know, right?
Dual force. That's rough.
He says, "I know why you'd want to do that, but I don't want to subject Paulus to the gruesome details or the heartache that would cause. I would really rather not."
So I look at him and say, I understand that. Is there some place I can take Paulus to make it so she doesn't have to endure such a terrible thing, and my friend here can maybe glean some information?
Kind of looks at you. Says, "You ever tried to take the mother from the remains of her children, my little friend?"
I say no, but
I said, "I would not recommend trying it."
Understood.
So,
Given that, I'll go ahead and perform the ritual.
Okay.
And
so over the next, we'll say half hour or so, they sent the bodies respectfully in the hole that Crench has dug, and cover them back up. You perform the rites, play the Song of the Dead, give them their space for a few minutes, and after what seems like an appropriate amount of time, they invite you inside their homes if you'd like.
Sure.
So they're both, clearly pretty emotional, fresh off of grieving for their daughters. But they start relaying to that people started disappearing about 4 months ago.
And
They
these
said
two are human?
both human, yeah.
Okay.
It was slow at first. First, it was the town elder and his brother, the town mystic. They were the first ones to go missing. And now it just seems like someone's disappearing all the time. And we were going to skip town just this morning, but yesterday, Rhea and Thalia, we found them, and I don't know what we're going to do now.
Where did you find them?
Near the old abandoned farm next door. And
Like here?
Yes, exactly right.
Okay.
Paulus, the wife, who you guys have obviously met by now, kind of hesitates, and she says, I know it sounds crazy, but I think I saw what attacked them that night. I only caught it in the moonlight, but it was huge, 7 feet tall, covered in fur. I was gonna go after it, but it was fast and it left. I don't know where it went. When we found them, they were torn apart pretty good, and I can't imagine anything but what I saw being the creature that did that. And she kind of stops and breaks down. You can see Hector kind of puts his hand on her back.
She said it was big and furry?
It's over 7 feet tall, huge and furry.
How tall were the werewolves that we
about that,
were
I
dealing
think.
with?
Not quite that big. Yeah, I mean it's in the ballpark.
Okay.
But
So
they
it
weren't
could
quite
be
that big.
an exceptionally big
It
werewolf.
could be an
or
exceptionally large werewolf, maybe. Sure.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Correct, but it would definitely be a large one.
Branch puts away his axe. Use that damn silvered sword again.
He says, I don't know where you guys plan on starting, but when you start asking about town, I can already tell you what people are going to say.
Which is?
They're going to tell you that Morig did it.
Morig?
Morig's a good friend of mine and Paulus. We, back in our youth, we were adventurers like yourselves. And then I got a pretty gnarly leg wound. Paulus and I decided to retire.
Did he take an arrow to the
I used to be an adventurer like you.
Decided to settle down and start a family. And about 6 months ago, Morig moved here. And the attack started happening shortly after that. And there's a lot of people convinced that it was him.
But you're not.
And you knew Morig from your adventuring days.
We both known him for a long time, and Paulus kind of jumps in. She says, "No, there's no way Morig did this. There's just no way."
I want to insight check that.
For sure. She seems very, very adamant.
Okay. So at least she believes that would be the case.
Correct.
Nothing else.
And you get the vibe from him as well that they're on the
Yeah.
same page with that. And he even chimes in because I trust Morig with my life. If he will talk to me, I would trust him with my life.
And I look at him kind of slyly and say, he won't talk to you?
I'm not going to say anymore. My mouth already got me into trouble. You'll have to ask him.
Well,
And
where can we find him?
Make an insight check, Merrick. When he mentions that he opened his mouth too much, you can see a little bit of tension between the two of them on whatever he's talking about, between the husband and wife.
I say, okay, well, where can I find Morig?
You can find Morig. Uno momento.
I have to be right back.
right there.
Okay, and the blacksmith, if I understand correctly, would be here.
No, this one. That's your blacksmith at the bottom. Let's do this.
Oh, at the very bottom, way down here.
Right. Nope, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Hold on. Can't read my own damn map. Okay, I have that backwards. Scratch that. So the B is actually the blacksmith, and the building directly above it is where Morig is at.
Right.
There we go. That is correct now.
Well, I think we should probably start with the blacksmith. See what information they might have. They're the ones who sent for us, so I would imagine he might have some insight. Plus, kind of look down at my sword. This could use a little work.
All right. You guys heading down to the blacksmith?
Yeah, I look at the couple and apologize for their loss. Tell them that we're sorry they've endured such a hardship.
Well, we really appreciate that that you did the Song of the Dead for our daughters. With the mystic gone, there really wasn't anybody in town who could do that. So, well, we're very grateful.
I do say before we go, is there any place that we can stable our horses and stay for the night here in the town, or are there any accommodations?
She was, yeah, right in the middle of town, which would be here. There's the Weeping Lion. You can ask for Haverford. Yeah, he's the owner. Be patient with him. He hasn't been quite right since his family disappeared.
Haverford, and his family disappeared.
His wife and 2 children.
Was that recently?
He kind of looks up at Paulus and goes, "Oh, how long ago was that? It's hard to keep track. There's so many." And she kind of thinks about it for a moment. Maybe a month ago.
Okay. So, well, thank you for your guys' your time, and sorry for your loss.
So they open the door for you and let you out. And where to?
Did I miss anything imperative while I was gone?
Your character's dead.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'll roll a new one.
Lucius went fast.
Great, here comes the changeling talk.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I just teleported in from Strahd. What's going on?
How did I get here?
Damn it! I wanted that gun.
My greatest trick ever. All right, so so this was the end. I think that's the only thing you missed.
Correct. This is the end.
Right down here, yeah.
Where's our blacksmith?
Where the bee is.
This is the blacksmith.
Ah.
And the innkeeper lost his wife and 2 kids. So, like,
do we know how long ago?
They're missing.
1 month.
1 month ago, and they're missing. They have
They're
not
missing.
been
They're
found
not
or recovered.
confirmed dead. No.
I really wish these people would have let me talk to his daughter's corpses.
You shouldn't have rolled a 4.
That's right.
Twice. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't see anything," and that spell never works.
Well, when you guys figure it all out, ask me and I'll tell you what they would have said.
All right, fine. Let's go to the blacksmith.
Want to go to the blacksmith, or you want to stop at the other adventurer?
Or we could go stable our horses and start walking around the town a little bit. They're probably tired and hungry. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I look at Crench, and
What time of day is it?
that's a good idea.
Early afternoon.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of time.
Yeah, so we can go stable our horses, go see blacksmith, go see what's his nuts, and then go back to the inn.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
So let's go to the inn and take up room and board.
Are these small people houses?
As you get close to the inn, you can see them. They're like very small cottages right up on the lake, and they have like fish drying out on racks in front of each house. So you would assume they'd be some kind of fisherman's cottages.
Does it look like there's gnomes in this town, but not
Correct.
as many as there used to be? What's the population ratio as we're going through town?
Before all of this started, it was about 50-50, and because there's basically nobody around, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like nobody coming out of their houses right now. It's really too bad that you had to go and tell us that this innkeeper is in a bad place, Q. So I was gonna go and walk in and be like, "All right, if you got any werewolves downstairs, just tell us now. Save us some time."
So you guys pass along the group of trees there to the center of town. Oh, you know what? Actually, before we go there. So this first farmhouse that you walk by here is very clearly been abandoned.
This
Rowan.
one?
No, the one I just put an F on.
We went by as well. Yeah.
Right, because you're walking down the road to the tavern.
Yeah.
Well, they did just say something last night about their daughters being abducted from that house.
No, they found their remains near that house.
Near that house.
Right.
It's abandoned. Do we want to look while we're passing by?
I feel like this is all close enough that we can go talk to people and come back to here.
Yeah, it's a pretty small place.
Let's get our horses safe and ready to have done and get our stuff put away, and then we'll gear up.
And then this building you pass by here is the only one that I don't have marked is because you would see it as you went by. It's a river mill. And it's
this one?
No, this one here.
That
one. It's a river mill. It's clearly old on the exterior, in disrepair, and there's 3 tombstones in the front yard.
Oh no.
I want to go up and look at the tombstones, see what they say.
Okay.
Why are we always too late? People don't ask for help fast enough.
There's they appear to be old and weathered, and they have the names, just a name of 2 men and a woman, and it appears that by the names that at least 2 of them were married, the man and the woman, and there's another. But the tombstones are old; they're not new, and they're very weathered.
Okay.
So you pass towards the center of town. On the other side of the small bridge is the only 2-story building in town. It's something all adventurers are familiar seeing, this small town tavern. In the front of the door, there's a sign depicting a lion's head with a tiny crown perched atop it, and big fat tears roll down the lion's face, and the weeping lion is painted in broad, curling letters beneath the sign.
Ready.
As you guys come in, there is 0 people in here, other than the man you would assume would be the proprietor. Behind the bar is an elderly man, obese, and he greets you as he comes in. He says, "Welcome, friends. What can I do for you?"
I say, do you have any sweet treats? Immediately.
So no, I don't. But my son Edgar is the best chef in town, and I can get him to whip something up for you.
Well, since he's the best chef in town, obviously whatever you have on hand that he can make, I'm excited to try.
Says Edgar, and he kind of yells toward the kitchen. Let's whip up something for our guest here. He wants something sweet. He goes, "So, how are you, friends? Do you need a room? I heard horses out front. Would you like me to stable them for you?"
I'll have an ale, and the horses stabled would be great.
He's all right. He starts to pour you one. He says, "For anybody else?"
An ale would be good, and I'd like to insight out of game. I'd like to insight check. It said he'd lost his family. Is the scene like there's something weird that he's yelling?
But it was
at
like
the
a
sun?
month ago, so
You go ahead and insight check him.
All right.
Yeah, he well, there's I mean, the whole town is something's up. But in this particular case, he seems to be totally earnest in what he's doing.
Oh. He didn't lose his whole family, I guess.
So he pours a drink for each of you, and he brings it to a table where you guys can sit down. And he goes, Edgar, and he kind of yells to the back, how's that food coming? And he says, I'm sorry, did you say you needed to have your horses stabled? I have a stable around back for them if you'd like.
We will need that, yes.
He goes, oh, no problem. If you don't mind, one of you, can you just pull it around back, and I'll have my daughter, Solaria. She takes care of that usually. And then he kind of walks in the back into the kitchen.
I'll get up, and because I drive the wagon usually, I'll take the horses around back.
Okay. You pull around back. There is a back door to the place, and there's stables there that are entirely empty, other than 2 horses. There's definitely room for more, but nothing else is around.
I'll look around for Solaria.
I'm sorry, it's actually 1 horse. I lied. 1 horse in a
What
stable.
a liar.
I know.
Why'd you have to go and kill that second horse just like that?
The campaign is ruined.
Yeah.
All right, so
Start over.
a few minutes go by, unless you guys want to do anything in particular. In about 10 minutes, Haverford is the man's name, by the way, if I did not tell you it. Comes out of the back with a tray of what looks to be like freshly baked sweets of some sort, and he puts them down in front of you. And he goes, "Do you guys need rooms or anything?"
Yes, please. I do believe we'll be staying overnight.
There's no problem. How many would you like?
3?
3?
2?
Yeah.
There's
3
no
sounds
problem. He walks
We'll
behind the
see.
counter.
There's 4 of us, 2 rooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, walks behind the counter, grabs a couple of keys, and says, "Rooms B and C upstairs on the right." Sets them down on the table, and then he goes, "I'm gonna go see how my kid is doing on those horses." And he goes, "Solaria!" And he starts yelling and walks to the back.
So I'm still out back holding the horses, looking for.
No,
Solaria.
I assumed you went in. Did you stay out back?
No, I'm staying looking for
Oh, okay,
Solaria.
sure.
I'm not just gonna leave him there because.
No problem. So after about 10 minutes, it will be a little longer, say 15 now, he walks out the back door. He goes, "I don't know where that girl went off to." And he walks up and he goes, I'll just put them away for you, my friend. Sorry about making you wait out here. And he grabs the reins and then starts stabling the horses for you.
I'm going to try to read him for potential concern because, people have been disappearing here.
In what way?
Like, is like, he's like, I don't know where that girl went off to. I would assume he'd be like a bit freaked out because people are disappearing and getting torn up and stuff like that. And that's his daughter, and it's already happened to family members of him.
Okay,
like,
so
I would assume he would be freaked out. Is he freaked out?
he does not seem to be freaked out.
So I'm going to insight check him to see if he's trying to hide that he's freaked out.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. All right, now I gotcha. No, he seems legitimately just like he's trying to go about his day.
I'll ask him, does she like to run off frequently?
And he says, no, she was before hell's that guy's name, son of a bitch. The town mystic, whose name I'm going to say in a moment. Before he disappeared, she was actually training with him to kind of take over as the town spiritual leader. I think she's been a little bit lost in her goals since then, but she doesn't really run off. I'm not sure where she's at. Howling Gale is the mystic's name. Howling Gale.
And I kind of look and say, was Howling Gale a gnome?
Well, they're outside.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Yeah, we're inside the tavern drinking,
Okay, I'm fine.
enjoying those sweet treats.
And those sweet treats, by the way, although freshly baked, are not very good at all.
Yeah.
So me being a sweet treat snob, I'm just kind of like picking at it and not really enjoying them.
All right.
Take a bite, kind of curl your nose, and push the plate
Yeah,
away.
yeah. You gonna eat that?
I've
No?
got
Okay,
steak.
good.
Actually, my tall friend, enjoy.
Yeah. Carb loading. Feel something coming on soon.
So I'm still out there with the bartender / owner,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna ask him, like, Well, we've heard that there's been some problems going on at this town lately. Have you? What do you know about that?
So yeah, it's just terrible business. I don't know what's going on, and he locks the horses up, and then he shuts the cart in like a separate thing, and he closes and latches it, and then he tosses you the key. He goes, "I locked that up for you. I think you guys probably have some valuables back there."
I do appreciate it, but
He kind of walks by you, although he's not actively like avoiding talking to you. He's really not adding much to the conversation about with whatever's going on.
yeah, I'm gonna say to him, "Are you not worried about where your daughter might be considering all of this?"
He kind of hesitates because I'm sure she's just fine. Make an
I'm
insight
gonna
check.
insight check that too.
You're not quite sure what to make of it, but it's the first time you've seen a little bit of what's the right word?
Delusional.
Yeah.
Is he trying to convince himself that it's all right? Is he worried?
Something like that. This is the first inclination that you've seen that he is aware of more than he's letting on. Maybe not in a diabolical way, but
Like in a scared way.
yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna kind of follow him because we're heading back to the thing.
Well, he's going in
then-
the back door, so he'll direct you to the front door.
Before we get to the back door, I'm gonna not forcefully, but I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Me and my comrades here are here to hopefully put a stop to what's been going on here. If you'd like to talk with us about that, feel free to join us at our table, of course. If not, we'll find our own way."
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 16.
You can see him kind of hesitate, and there's like kind of the one crocodile tear going down, and he doesn't say anything and goes into the kitchen through the back door.
I'll go around to the front door and sit at the table and start drinking my ale.
Okay. He
And
doesn't seem to be coming back around.
When I join the group, I'm gonna say his daughter wasn't out there, and he doesn't know where she is. And when I brought up the idea that people are disappearing around here, and he didn't seem worried, he acted strangely. Like he knows something, and he's not telling us, and I don't know why. I gave him the opportunity to join us and talk with us about that. He apparently doesn't seem interested.
French's stomach starts growling in an unhappy way, and it's like, yeah, either his son's not back there, or he was lying about his son's culinary skills. Those were not good pastries.
I look at Crunch and say, "I told you." Just goes deadpan of like, no.
How's the ale? Is the ale just average?
The ale is pretty. Ale's pretty pedestrian, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Are we talking like Amberbach or like Bud Light?
Probably something like Bud Light, but
Oof.
a little heartier.
Oh, Amberbach is, pretty pedestrian.
All right, well, let's get going on to the blacksmith. Let's see what these. Let's try and see what's going on with this town.
And real quick, since I was out back, like around here, I'm assuming ish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is this like lightly wooded, or is this fairly dense?
No, it's pretty lightly wooded. It's just kind of like a copse
like a
of
few
trees.
trees.
Yeah, in the middle of the town.
Okay.
So you guys get back on the road, cross back north over the bridge, and turn back south. going past what you know is the brewery, and you can smell the hops coming out of the brewery. You can see smoke coming out. Like clearly, there's stuff going on in there. And you also smell a very rich, seasoned roasting meats, which might be calling to Crench after the after those terrible
From the
pastries
brewery?
from the brewery.
So this is from what? This building?
Right here?
No.
No?
This building right here.
Oh. I thought that was where Adventurer Guy was from.
Right, it's also the brewery.
Oh.
All right. You guys have convinced me. Let's go. Let's go see what's going on with this Morag character.
Do we
Okay,
want to
so-
see the blacksmith first, or go straight to Morag?
I'm following my nose on this one.
Morag it is.
It's on the way.
So you cross past the sign that says the Cossacks Fire Brewery, and it's a fairly new construction, definitely dwarven. It's not quite as tall as the human structures, and certainly taller than the gnome ones. You're struck by the scent of grain and bitter stench of boiling hops, and you can tell that you know, the one wing of the building is clearly the brewery part. The rest you would assume is the residence. And either business is either really good or really bad, because there is a lot of unsold product sitting outside this building.
Well, I'm assuming Crinch is leading the way.
Yeah, let's go on in.
Okay, you knock on the door, and it answers. And Jeremy, describe your character.
Oh goddamn! I wasn't expecting that. I should have expected that.
You should have.
Male dwarf, 6 years old, 4'2", 140 pounds, black eyes. His hair is kind of ash in color, kind of black at the roots and kind of gets whiter as it goes up. Sorry, something distracted me. And he's just kind of wearing, like work clothes attire befitting a brewer.
So like
And-
a leather apron and...
Yeah.
For Thomas's benefit as well, when you open the door, why don't the three of you briefly describe your characters so Thomas knows who you are?
Our characters?
Suckers.
Okay.
Jeremy knows
So-
who they are.
Lucius is a human male, approximately like average height, 5'9", 5'10". I think he's 5'10". Dressed in all kind of weathered black, robes, cloak covering splint mail, and has kind of like yellow amber eyes, and his hair is pure white and just kind of slick back. He's got a scar along one side of his face, and skin's got kind of a milky white, not quite sickly complexion, and eyes are a bit sunken. He looks kind of creepy, but has a friendly enough disposition on his face most of the time. He's not smiling, but he's not scowling all the time either. He's just kind of stoic, hard to read, and used to carry a glaive. Now he's got a shiny sword, so he's got a sword at his waist.
Best way for me to describe Crench is he's basically like an armored. He's basically like a walking armory. But 6'3", 259 pounds, 21 years old, prime of life. Short black hair, green skin, generally friendly demeanor. You know, he's raised. You know, you can kind of as you get to talking to him, you can kind of tell he's been more around humans than orcs or half orcs. So it kind of takes from that trait set, and yeah, he's just got a lot of weapons on him, and he clearly can handle himself in a fight.
I should mention that Lucius is, despite the white hair, is like 22, 23. So he's a young dude, just pure white hair.
And last but not least, Merrick.
Merrick is a relatively unassuming looking gnome. Like he doesn't look tough. And he's got a recently acquired scar across his chest. I mean, and this thing is a fresh scar that he's keeping covered up because it's not something he really needs to show off, but it is there. You can kind of visibly see the tops of what looks like an impressive scar, like when he through his shirt when he's got wearing a V-neck or whatever. But for all practical purposes, he looks like a very unassuming gnome. Carries a quarterstaff to walk. He also is pretty mean with the quarterstaff if he needs to be. But for the most part, he's doesn't look very impressive in his regular form. But he tends to turn into a wolf or a bear depending on the situation. A dire wolf or a big brown bear. And he looks much more impressive in those moments. But he's generally people look at him and don't take much note of him.
And even though we haven't noted him much, we are traveling with a young man, Brennan, who is 18 years old, 5'8", human. He's a rogue, so you can just imagine like a rogue scout.
Leather armor. Or does he have the chain shirt? He has the chain shirt.
He actually has the chain shirt.
Yeah, the mithril chain shirt, yeah.
Under traveling clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeremy, you open the door and you see a party of 4 on your doorstep.
Hello?
Hello.
Greetings, my good man. We are the Tradition of Rejects. We have been sent from Hastow and I always forget the name of that place. The Skilled Companies place. The registry of Skilled Companies to aid in your task. It was a bit vague. Was simply just protect the town, but we're here for
that
more
was the
information.
blacksmith.
Or no, you're right. Damn it, I forgot. But we've been talking to different people, and a few of the people that we had talked to said you might have more information on it.
Oh, god damn Hector and his damn mouth. I really have no idea what is going on in the town.
Very well. Well, then what is that excellent scent that I'm smelling? I'm also very interested in that.
Do you promise not to eat it all?
I'll only eat what I pay for.
Yeah, your money's no good. Come on in.
All right.
So, Crench, the building's a little bit low for you. You don't quite have to duck, but you definitely are aware of the ceiling just above your head.
All right.
To the
Hair
left,
scraping it.
Yeah. Used to it.
Okay. To the left as you walk in is kind of a simple kitchen, and then there's a door beyond that which goes to where you would assume the brewery would be based on what the outside is. Then there's kind of like a common area where it's got a simple table and a couple of chairs, and then there's a door straight ahead to where it looks looks like a bedroom. You can kind of see like the end of a bed in the other room.
So one of the things we've been looking for here is the possibility of fixing up some of our weapons. They got some decent amount of use recently, and they could use a little maintenance. If you'd be willing to help us out with.
I'm the bird.
Dang it! I keep forgetting. I'm sorry.
And I just look at Crench.
Would you
just holding my hand? I'm just holding my head in my hand, just looking at Crench.
Would you say that the blacksmith is skilled here?
That's a really great pivot, Jay.
Come on.
Yeah, that was. I'll give you credit on that. I'll actually be like, great recovery. I don't know, Ryan.
You do know Alec because he provides you some of the materials that you use.
I meant more so. Is he a good one?
He's competent, certainly.
He's competent.
I mean, for dwarven standards, you would put him as subpar, but for like regular standards, he's competent. Grindel, what's your passive perception again?
25.
Grendel, you notice in the other room, what you assume is the bedroom, because you see the bottom of the bed in there. There's appears to be a halfling or maybe a gnome, just kind of poking his head out from the door jamb and kind of dodging away, like he's trying to watch, but really doesn't want to come out.
Huh.
Who's your shy friend back there?
Oh, that. Well, he's a good buddy of mine. Shit. Hold on. Corbin. That is Corbin. Sorry. He's a bit shy and tends to be a little bit nervous around strangers. So when you guys knocked, he kind of scurried back over there.
I'll wave to Corbin, but not move towards him or
Add
anything
Corbin
like that.
in here. There's Corbin.
You know, I just finished brewing a brand new beer. Would you guys care to sample it?
Of course.
Yeah. Are you the one who supplies the town with their or the inn with their goods?
When they're buying, ha 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 ha.
Ah.
When they're buying it.
Fair enough.
All right, I'll crack it open and pass out beers all around.
Okay. He kind of there's only 3 chairs in there, so he kind of pulls up, like a barrel and a crate or whatever to make some kind of makeshift stools for you guys as you sit at this much too small table.
Is this the same ale that was at the inn?
No, definitely not. He goes and from a keg on the counter, kind of taps it and gets you each a glass, kind of miscellaneous mugs from the kitchen. It's clear he doesn't entertain a lot, so he's kind of makeshifting as he goes, and passes out everybody a mug with some ale. It's got a nice frothy head. It kind of has a little bit of a spicy aroma to it.
So it's much better than the beer at the inn.
It certainly looks like it.
Well, I mean, I'm drinking it. Is it much better?
It is much better. It's uno momento, por favor.
I'll call out and ask Corbin if he wants a beer.
It's definitely thicker, spicy, very strong, definitely dwarven. And who else is drinking the ale?
By the way, Thomas, if you've said anything, I don't think we can hear you. Yeah, we're not hearing you at all.
Definitely. No, Thomas, no.
Oh, no.
Screen showing that he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Nope, still nothing.
What I wonder is how much he's actually been talking this whole
I
time.
was wondering the same thing.
Maybe he's just RPing that he's really shy.
He's so
And
shy.
actually, that's great role playing right there.
That's
The best I've
oh,
seen.
well, I can't say that. Never mind.
Okay, it's showing that you muted. Okay, and disappeared.
How about now? Oh, he left again.
Yeah, we had this last Saturday once or twice too, where you had to leave and come back.
I know, Thomas, but we can't hear you.
Do we want to try
Sorry, that was a volume
switching the server
problem
location?
joke.
And then switching him back or something like that?
Let me try this.
Hello? How about now, Thomas?
Try now, Thomas.
No.
Nope.
Some bitch. All right. Well, will you guys? There he is.
Hey!
Hang on, let me turn down Rhythm Bot.
There you go.
Sorry.
That rhythm
I'm on
bot's a
my
bit
phone
deafening.
now.
Oh wow. All right.
Aha.
How much of that
Murphy's-
did we miss? How much of you did we miss,
You
Thomas?
guys keep going. Give me just 1 second here to resituate myself on my phone.
Okay. Well, give me 1 minute while I run to the bathroom real quick.
That works out.
Oh, he's going to use his phone. Okay. I'll be right back, too. Won't be long.
See, I was just wishful thinking that whole time, Jeremy, that your character would be a blacksmith and could actually fix our shit as we're going along.
Yeah, I was actually torn between the two because it was either smithing tools or brewing supplies, and I never even thought about the whole aspect of fixing weapons.
Oh.
So that's a solid my bad.
That's okay.
Ooh, somebody wrote something. Yeah.
What's up now?
No,
I'm confused.
I'm just reading Corbin saying, and just from what he and I have chatted, it fits.
Are we waiting for someone to get back?
Yeah, Brian went to the restroom real quick.
No problem.
Much better. All right, we all here now?
Yes.
Yep.
So the big question is, Thomas, how much did you talk that we didn't know you were talking?
Not that much, actually. So.
Okay, good. All right. Well, you've been invited from the other room to join him for brews.
Sure. So you guys watch as a halfling starts making his way out. His hair is very crazily spiked. Looks like it was very recent. He's got his hair very well combed and brushed down. He looks like he's getting ready for a big social event. He's kind of wearing basically pajamas. However, thrown over the pajamas is armor with thick, twisted black spikes coming out of it. And he looks like he's just gotten done getting out of a shower or a bath. And he's kind of walking over with a whole bunch of swagger, very exaggerated. Kind of does finger guns in your direction as he's walking over. And he just makes his way over, grabs a seat, spins it around, and then straddles it, crosses both of his arms, and is like, "Hey guys, I'm Corbin."
Lucius raises an eyebrow and does not react otherwise.
Damn it, you stole it from me. I was like, eyebrow raise incoming. So yeah, we both raise our eyebrows. That works. We're just spending too much time together.
Merrick just kind of shrugs and is like, just like, okay.
All right. Well, Morg's passing around brews. Who's drinking?
Me.
I.
Corbin raises his hand. He's like, "I'll take an ale also for my friends here."
Brennan grabs one as well, and everybody who's taking an ale, make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
I said no. I want to point out that Merrick said no.
Jay,
What?
this is how you prank a party, buddy.
20.
God damn.
5.
So Corbin falls over under his own brew.
Brennan and Merrick as well. Or not Merrick,
Yes.
Morg.
Yes, Brennan. Oh yeah, Brennan gets a 5.
So Brennan and Corbin, this thing seems to hit you like a ton of bricks. It's really, really strong. And as you guys are sitting here going on in this conversation, you start hallucinating. There's you see little fairy fires dancing and kind of playing in front of you, and it's kind of out of the corner of your eye, and if you look at them, they keep going, so you can never get them quite in the center of your vision.
Corbin Corbin puts his hand up like he's trying to whisper, but then way too loudly to Morg says, "How do you think I'm doing?"
You're okay, little buddy.
Nice. Last time it was just fine. Now it's okay. So, my fellow compadre, what brings you all to this place?
We're investigating some it looks like deaths or kidnappings. We're not entirely sure.
Yeah, I did a little bit of adventuring back used to before retiring, So, yeah. No big deal.
Out of the corner of your eye, Lucius, you see Brennan looks like he's almost trying to swat a fly that isn't there. Just
So I kind of get the feeling that Corbin didn't hear my answer, or B, didn't care when he asked what we were doing. So I'm just
Mid sentence, he reaches his hand out for a handshake.
Lucius will kind of reach his hand out too, and maybe squeeze a little harder than he needs to on the handshake.
He kind of flinches away a little bit, and you watch as from the sleeve of his little pajamas that he's wearing under his armor, several bugs spider out from inside of his sleeve and begin crawling towards your hand. He's like, "Oh, sorry." And he immediately lets go and begins wiping his hand.
Wow.
Lucius is not actually grossed out, but goes.
I'm looking at the ale and then looking back at him and then the ale. Like, did I just see spiders?
They're more cockroaches.
No, I'm sure I didn't pass that con save.
So I'm gonna ask Corbin, friends of yours?
Yeah, something like that. I got a lot of. It's hard to keep track.
How could you not?
So
Moring starts serving up a nice roast, is what you smelled as you guys were coming in. He's throwing it down in front of everybody as you're chatting.
Excellent. So Morig, do you have any idea why people would think that you might be responsible for what's going on around here?
Oh, have you told them yet? Oh, wait, sorry. No.
You gotta watch out for those drunk friends, dude.
I'm just
for real.
Lucius is like, wait, what? And now is intently focused on Morig as well.
Well, so Corbin, Hector, Palis, and myself were an adventuring party. When we all retired, I went back home to my dwarven city of Brian fill in the blank.
Oh shit! You're supposed to write that down. Damn it! Carry on while I look it up.
You had 3 weeks, dude. 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's.
Hold on. I'll have it here in a moment.
That's okay. I have no idea where I'm from either.
Yeah.
But that's kind of part of my backstory.
I returned there. And well, I'm a bit of a dealing a dab of magic, if you will, and went into the Underdark, just kind of searching around, trying to find Casa. And
by the way, the rest of you, the Underdark is not a term you're familiar with. By the way, the Underdark is not very developed in this setting at all, so that probably doesn't mean anything to you.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna stop him then and be like, "What, the Underdark? What's that?"
The Underdark?
Oh, sorry. I forget. Not everybody's a dwarf. The Underdark is just tunnels and whatnot that are underground, and it's very dark, very black. All sorts of creatures down there and dangerous things. But anyways, came across a party of dwarven soldiers who were fighting. Sorry,
that's your city.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Bagladur.
Bagladur. Interesting.
Which Mr. 800 in Wisdom, by the way, is the city that supposedly has the Lich underneath it.
Aha! I knew it. It said to just find the dwarven fortress, though. It didn't tell us what the name of the place was.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, crap, what's the name of the city? Went to join them as they were in a battle, and apparently this group had been dabbling in a little bit of black powder, and I wasn't aware of it, and an errant firebolt exploded, killed them all. Kind of became a mutual decision for me to leave my hometown.
Yeah, we just didn't want to be tied down there anymore. You know how it is. We're just like free-flowing, adventuring guys.
We had a similar experience running into a group of dwarfs, but we saved all their lives.
Ah, so you mean by similar, you mean completely opposite?
Yes.
Well, there was one we couldn't save, but
no, we saved him. He lost a foot, but we saved him.
No.
Was that?
No,
was the foot anybody's fault?
Well, no, it was Harpy's fault, but the kid that was kidnapped, we couldn't save him. It was too late for us to be able to save him, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can't save them all.
No.
And I
Starting to get the sense that
I kind of perk up at the remembrance of this story and say those damn crazy halflings.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
halflings, right, guys? I know how it is.
Still have that enchanted chisel. Maybe we should give it to this guy. Seems like he might be able to put some good use to it.
How much do you value your shin?
Yeah, never mind. You might want to hold on to that.
So you don't know what's causing the people to disappear around here, or?
No, I truly have no idea. I've been trying to get my brewery going because since I'm not at home anymore, I need some sort of hobby, and just been concentrating on that. I've been, doing it. Unfortunately, now with Hector and Palus's daughters being killed, I kind of feel like I need to do something about it.
Well, that's why we're here. Do you care to join us?
Absolutely.
Simple enough.
Yeah, I guess I got some parties to go to, but like before I guess we could help out with that. Finger guns.
I'm kind of looking out the window and thinking like,
I want to insight
Party?
check about the parties.
party?
I
Go
wanna see if
for
there's
it.
actually parties. 19. Are there parties?
To Morg's knowledge, there's no parties.
Deception 5. And no, that
you
is
get the sense
a
that,
-2 on charisma, by the way.
you can tell that Corbin's very insecure and wants everyone to think he has friends.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Kind of the vibe we were already getting, but
So it's probably getting to be 5:36 ish about now, as you guys have worked your way through town and met with some of the people.
And I kind of indicate that before it gets too late, we should head over to the blacksmith shop.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Would you two
and
care to join us?
I'll let Corbin and Morig both know that we've actually been contracted by Alec the blacksmith to investigate this. So we were just about to meet with him.
Morig, you would know. Alec is one of the few, probably the only ones besides Hector and Paulus, who has been very vocal in supporting you. You're not quite sure why. You wouldn't really consider him a friend, but he's one of the few people you do business with, and you guys are friendly enough. But it's not somebody that's like a buddy. So how adamantly he supported you is a little weird. And what was the other thing I was going to say? What else did you guys say you were going to do? There was one more thing.
I think we were just going to go back to the inn.
Yeah, I mean,
no, and when they say that he sent out a contract, that's pretty surprising to you because you think that would be a pretty unpopular move. So if word got out that he did that, you think it would not reflect well on him within the community, basically.
I will relay that information to the group, particularly to the half-orc.
Huh.
Who can't seem to say the right things to the right people.
What's interesting is that that's kind of the same thing we had going on in the last town we were in. There was somebody had asked us for help and contracted, but as
soon as we got there, they acted like they didn't even know that was a thing.
In this case, Morgan, it would be unpopular because everybody's pretty much convinced it's you.
Well, and that's what I was just about to ask him, is why would that be considered unpopular?
Well, you gotta wonder if it's something similar, though. If maybe it's something that's happening from within the town, and maybe somebody's kind of driving a conspiracy against you that, to kind of throw scent off themselves.
And I'm gonna ask Morag or Corbin, either one. Who would be the local leader to this town, or is there one?
Yeah, the answer to that, Morag, is one of the first two people to disappear.
Right, but at this point.
Right, so after that, the leader of the town militia, whose name I am looking up.
It's not Moonshadow.
It is not Moonshouter.
No, but I did like the idea of hiring Moonshadow if we do have to leave the town as a guide. That seems like a pretty solid idea.
Could be a good idea, yeah.
Before Morg can answer, Corbin's going to cut in and say, me and Morg are pretty much like the unofficial town leaders, but we try to keep it on the down low. It's nothing too serious.
All right, we'll try and keep that in mind.
Siobun is the guy's name, and he lives and / runs the mill. That's the next closest building to where you guys are at. And also Morg would know he is probably the person that's most convinced it's you, and the only reason he hasn't moved to arrest you is the most 4 potent people in town are the 2 of you and Hector and Paula, so it would be hard for them to do anything without the 4 of you guys.
Right.
Yeah, don't worry about that guy. He's just a hater.
Okay. Do you have any idea how Moonshadow feels about you?
That's a good question. Let me look that up.
There's a lot of things that Brian and I did not go over in the backstory.
Well, I mean, there's really no way for it to go over everything.
No, it's even with how much you and I have chatted, it's still.
I kind of expect investigative things to go like this: wait, let me look.
Well, there's going to be a lot of you're going to ask me a question, and I'm just going to be like, Brian.
Moonshadow is one of the few people who hasn't really expressed an opinion on the matter.
Okay.
He's neutral.
Well, then he's hireable. But yeah, let's go see the blacksmith.
Okay. Well, you guys finish your. Is anybody having a second ale?
No. Okay, wait. Let's make this more fair. Do I tell whether or not it's there's something wrong with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just really strong.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I wouldn't have had another one.
I used to pick up a cup. Oh, sorry. Oh, go.
Corbin's gonna pick up his cup of ale, and he's shaking and clearly nervous. He's like, "You guys are already done? I just getting started." And he holds it up to his lips and starts drinking another one.
I'm gonna put Corbin's cup back on the table and cover it with my hand. And it's like, you're good. We're already impressed, Corbin.
Nice. Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow at Lucius. I'm like, thinking like that's more friendly than you normally are. Anyway, off we go.
All right, you guys walk the short distance. It's the next house over to the.
I'm gonna turn to Cringe, seeing that he gave me that look, and say, "I don't want to have to carry a drunk halfling."
Yeah, me either. And we all know whose job that would be.
Yeah, if any halflings get drunk around here, you guys just let me carry them. Pretty strong.
How's Brennan doing?
He's slowly coming back.
Okay. I'm still I'm leading him a little bit, but yeah.
A little food in his belly helped to soak it up.
Yeah.
So you guys take the short walk to the forge. It's a stone building. No doors. Only a wide open wall to the main forge area, and then there's a small stone house attached to it. So the main building is actually the blacksmith's forge, and there's a smaller house attached to it. And you can hear the rhythmic clanging of hammer against metal as you guys approach, and you see a man working in the forge as you guys approach. You would assume it would be getting toward the end of his day, but he's still out there.
Does anyone else want to take the lead on this one? I can't seem to remember who people are in this town.
So I head towards Alec, and to make sure I don't surprise him, kind of introduce myself, like I'm a customer and I'm here.
Okay, he stops and is coming, and he sets down his hammer. He's clearly a little intrigued. You've got the vibe that this town does not get a lot of foot traffic and visitors. He's got a really thick black beard and like thick black hair down to almost his shoulders. It's got like the the soot from the furnace, on his hands and face a little bit as he sets down the large hammer. Pretty strong dude. He's got fairly big arms. He's got the leather smock over the front of him as he's working on what appears to be fixing some kind of a wagon wheel, maybe.
And he's a human.
Human, yes. Human.
Yeah.
And he kind of wipes his brow as he walks up, and he says, "Hey, stranger. Morig. Hi."
Hey, Alec, what's chilling?
And yes, and hello, Corbin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of look over my shoulder at Corbin and just shake my head. Like, I've only been with this guy for about an hour, and I'm already just like shaking my head at him.
Corbin sees you shake his head at him and is crushed, and he immediately stands in the back.
Oh.
I turn back to Alec and smile broadly and say, Alec, we're the tradition of rejects, as you can see. And
isn't it obvious?
Yeah.
We've got our bannerman right over there.
Yeah. And I say we're here because we decided to pay for your contract.
And when you bring that up, he goes, "Oh, shh!" He kind of looks around. He opens the door to the small house attached. Goes, "Come inside, come inside."
We go inside.
Yep, I will follow.
You guys go ahead. I'm gonna watch our backs.
Was
right.
that Corbin?
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna watch. I'll watch our backs out here, I guess.
And Alec, when you said that, he goes, "Hey, Corbin, if you're gonna stay out here, let me know if Elisa's coming, okay?"
Yeah. I got you, dog. Don't worry about it.
Did you just say I got you, dog?
So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you go inside, and he goes, "Yeah, nobody knows. I hope you guys haven't been telling people, but nobody knows that I put that contract out. Because I didn't know what else to do. I know everybody thinks it's Morig here, but I know it's not Morig." And he kind of sighs.
I'm gonna look over to Morig and I'm gonna say, no offense to you, but just for information's sake, how do you know?
Because it's my wife.
Oh.
It's my wife, Elise.
My eyes go wide. What?
He said, I didn't know what else to do. A few weeks ago, I caught her sneaking out in the middle of the night, and so I followed her, and she went north to the old windmill near the waterfall, and I followed her, and there was a tunnel, and it went down below, and it was this long dark tunnel. It was really wet. I could barely see, but I followed her torchlight, and there was a lake, and she started talking to these creatures, and I didn't know what to do, and I got scared, and I ran away because I didn't want to get caught, and she keeps sneaking out at night, and I don't know what to do, and it's her. It's got to be her. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Well,
Can you tell us
that
anything about these
escalated
creatures?
quickly.
He kind of puts his head in his hands, and he's like clearly really upset. He's shaken, and he's like almost crying. He's like, I don't know like why she would do that. She's such a good person, and none of this makes any sense. And he's kind of sobbing into his hands.
I'm gonna
He looks like a guy that just like unloaded like 2 months worth of baggage onto you. Like he's just put this huge weight off his shoulders.
I'm gonna kind of put my hands on either of his shoulders, and then like as he's like looking down, and I'm gonna grab his head and tilt his head up so I can look him directly in the eyes and say, "Stay with me. We need to learn more if we're going to be able to help this. It could be something other than it appears. Can you tell us what these creatures your wife was speaking to or seeing are?"
He's kind of like through broken tears, and he's kind of stuttering a little bit. He's like, it was really dark down there, and there was only the one torch. I only got a sort of good look at one of them, and it looked like a fish.
Like a fish.
but I was so scared, and I just didn't stay down there long. And I know they were like talking about the disappearances, but I was scared and confused, and I just ran, and I didn't know what to do, and so I sent the contract in, and I didn't know if anybody would come by it, and then poor Haverford's family disappeared shortly after that, and he's kind of like kind of getting himself wound up again.
I'm gonna tell him to calm down again and say, "Can you show us this tunnel?"
It's you just go to the mill. It's under the mill. You'll find it.
Under the mill.
The windmill, not the water.
Right.
Did we see the windmill coming into town?
Yeah.
I'm
this
guessing
one right
it's,
here,
it's,
right?
I'm
No,
guessing
that's
it's
the
this thing.
that's the water mill.
This is the water mill. The windmill's up here?
You got it. The one by the waterfall,
So
kind of
this,
isolated
we're
out.
probably looking at this somewhere.
Mhm.
Or no, he said it was under the windmill.
He said it was under the windmill.
Okay.
Under the windmill.
Like, well, guess let's get going.
So, player Grindal has the suspicion of what this might be, but Lucius, I'm guessing, is going to have no fucking idea.
Well, DM me, and then if some kind of check makes sense to where you might have some kind of knowledge of it, we can roll it.
I can't think of a way I could possibly know what it is, if it's what I think it is.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I mean, I'll DM you, and because I want to know if I'm right, but
Nothing springs to your head, Merrick. Do you have proficiency in nature?
Yes.
No. Corbin. Oh, he's not in the room. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not in the room.
I mean, there's Brennan has an expertise. 18 for Brennan
In nature?
in nature, yeah, because he's a scout.
Okay. Holy crap! He kind of pipes up and he asks for a little more information, and I still don't think there's a way for him to know what these are.
Well, I mean, you just have to decide what the.
Yeah, I don't think.
Is it like a 15 DC or is this 20 DC?
No,
or
it would be like a
25?
20.
Well-
For one of you guys to know this, the only one that would really have a shot would be Merrick, honestly.
Okay.
well, and it could be
And
a
you rolled
sliding
low.
scale DC too. It's like, oh, if it's something from the astral planes, and none of us have ever been there,
Sure.
like
sure.
it's super high DC.
All right. Well,
but-
either way, it seems like it's leading us to the windmill. So it's just a matter of do we want to do this tonight or tomorrow? It seems like it's kind of important because people have been disappearing. And I don't see any reason why we couldn't do it today. We have, we're kind of fresh and we got everybody.
Yeah. Innkeeper's daughter is already missing.
Corbin,
And,
by the way, it's right about now that you notice Elise coming back up the road from the south towards the blacksmith shop.
She sees Corbin with his head in his hands, full of bugs, going, I know, I thought it was going so well too. Oh, hi, Elise.
She's a little further. You kind of catch her coming. She's not right.
So now he's going to start practicing his introduction to Elise, I'm sure.
Well, he's met her. That's the blacksmith's wife, so they know each other. But
They're
you see her
inside. I was just talking to, where'd he go? I don't know. Hey, how are you?
You gonna let her come all the way up to the door?
Yeah, he's just kind of trying to act like he wasn't talking to Bugs. He's like, "Where'd he go? That was Elise. Hey, didn't see ya. Yeah, they're inside."
Can we hear Corbin?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, I rolled 5.
I mean, Lucius has a passive perception of 25.
That's true. Lucius, you definitely hear outside.
I'm gonna tell everyone to hush, and the blacksmith has made it clear that we are not supposed to be seen. Like,
well, I
in
know
this
what
element.
scene. He clearly doesn't want
The wife to know.
the wife to know, and doesn't seem keen on other people to know. Not so much that you're there, but that he's the person who is responsible for bringing you here.
Lucius,
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna turn to Crinch and say, start talking about having your weapons repaired or made. Like, I just turn to Crinch and just say
I'll
that
turn
quietly.
to the blacksmith and I'll tell him, yeah, that's the story if anyone asks. I got a lot of weapons and we need them fixed.
No, I'm telling Crinch to start talking about it right now.
I start talking about it. And I start pulling out. I start pulling out all these different weapons, and yeah, I need this one. I need the great axe, and the. Anytime now, guys.
So outside, Elise goes, Corbin, what are you doing here? Who's inside?
Have you seen my friend? He was right here, like just a second ago. I swear to God. Where'd you go, champ? Where you at? And he's just like looking around, like, oh, where'd he go?
She kind of confusedly shakes her head and just walks by you and opens the door. You guys see the door open. It's a woman about 5'6". This woman's about 5'6". She has like medium brown hair with her hair tied into a ponytail. It's really long. Wearing just kind of a simple, regular dress. It's kind of a burnt orange in color, and her eyes kind of squint and she's like, "What's going on?"
We're talking to your husband about maybe getting some repairs done to our weapons. We've been traveling on the road, and some of our equipment is in need of service.
He goes, "Oh yeah, that's right. That's why we're here, talking about these javelins." And she goes, "In the house? After almost dark?"
I'll pipe up and be like, they just got into town late. We're trying to see when they could reasonably be done.
Make a deception check.
Hey. Ooh.
It would probably be insight, not perception.
Oh, you're correct. Make an insight check, actually.
No.
For
It
her.
would be deception for Morag. It'd be insight for her.
No, you are 100% correct. You are 100%.
But it should be the same modifier.
Yeah,
unless
14.
she's made proficiency.
14
No,
plus.
it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And she kind of looks at you. She goes, "I don't care what's the reason." And she looks at Alex. She's really upset. She goes, "I cannot believe you let him in our house. All of you, get out!" And she steps aside and points to the door.
We will get out, or at least I will.
Yeah, I'm scooting out.
As you guys get out, you hear the door slam, and you can hear Alec is getting his ass chewed out as you guys walk away. Doing business in the house and letting that man into our house, and you can, as it trails off as you walk away.
That seems like
The toxic relationship, bro.
well, it seems like that, but it also seems an irrational level of anger.
Women irrational, right, guys?
Lucius just kind of looks at Corbin and then goes back to Crinch and is like, we might need to check that out pretty soon. I wonder if there's something that's influencing the people of this village.
I can check it out if you guys want.
Maybe we should all go, but if you want to spearhead the operation, Corbin, I'd love to see what you've got.
Yeah, it's spears, heads. I can put spears anywhere, man. Let's get it, guys.
I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna say, how sneaky are you?
I'm pretty sneaky.
How sneaky are you really?
He's pretty sneaky.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like somewhere between like a ghost and a giant spider that's invisible.
That's pretty good. All right, well, why don't you lead the way to the windmill?
Like, I don't want to brag or anything. It's just whatever. It's whatever.
All right.
So where are we off to?
Ooh, nice.
I think we're gonna go to the mill, aren't we?
So are we gonna kind of stealthily move up there?
Well, I think
Pass without a trace.
I think we act like we're going this way, and then we start stealthing on this leg right here.
All right. Sounds good.
Because that way it just looks like we're going back to the inn.
Okay. And Corbin is casting Pass Without Trace when appropriate?
Correct.
Okay. Let's go ahead and have everybody make a stealth check then.
Oh god. Oh god.
We get to add 10 to it.
That's
You
with
get
the
to add
plus
10 to-
10.
Okay. I would hope so. No, it's actually a 46?
No, that is with the plus 10. It
I
is
know,
a
that's not-
36.
So 32. So 32 for Crinch, 35 for Brennan.
Oh god. Oh god.
You couldn't fail it enough.
Oh, 12.
I mean, it's still.
Well, no, because that doesn't have the. So it's a 22, but I have disadvantage.
He's got the
Oh.
heavy armor. Clank, clank,
It's
clank.
Yeah, so
still
you're
22.
It's
Like-
22. That's great.
it's
Like, I have a 12, dude.
But
It-
imagine
it's-
if I.
But it's a group check. Like, as long as, like, 4 of us passed it, I don't know if that cancels out the.
Here's the funny
natural
part, though,
one,
guys,
but-
and I don't think you're catching this. That was a natural 14.
Okay. That's fair.
It is possible for without that 10 to be a negative number.
Yeah.
So you guys pretty sneakily go toward the windmill, which is windmill. And by the time you work your way up there, it's not too far because it's a small village, but it's almost totally dark. Like the sun is just on the cusp of setting all the way down. And it's getting a little cooler since the sun has set. You can feel the breeze coming off the lake, and the abandoned windmill. It almost like shivers in the lakeside winds.
Hmm.
The ground as you get close to it is muddy and saturated with water, and your feet almost sink into the ground an inch each step. It's just that kind of slimy, slippery mud. And I never need to have you guys ever make a perception check because Lucius will always see whatever it is that I'm. But let me check the rest of you. Lucius, you notice there is a bloody handprint on the windmill's door, the door to the outside as you go in.
I'll kind of won't say anything, but I'll just kind of tap whoever's close and point at the handprint. So I would probably tap. Corbin. And
Can you even find me?
That's fair. I'll tap Morag and maybe Merrick and point at the handprint.
Does it look like a human-sized
Bloody handprint.
Yeah, is it a gnome handprint? What size handprint is it?
It's a small one, so it would be a gnome handprint.
But that's not the tunnel.
That is
That's
not
on
the
the-
tunnel. This is a windmill, and I should have mentioned too. The windmill was clearly built for a family of gnomes. Like the door is gnome-sized.
So are we
Actually-
gonna have a
You guys are-
quick discussion and be like, should we go inside?
So just kind of FYI, gnome-sized. So the door itself, the door jamb is 4 feet 4 inches tall, and the ceiling on the inside is 5 feet 7.
Shit.
So you're saying I can't turn into a bear?
I'm telling you to be a really tight fit if you turn into a bear, and that Crench might have to walk in on his knees.
Hell, even Lucius might have to. That's like a foot lower.
That's alright, I could just crouch. Not a big deal. But yes, we should definitely go in. We're investigating.
Should
going
we go
on
in here
here?
or should we go in the tunnel?
Oh, well,
Well, you don't. All he said was that it's underneath it. You haven't found the tunnel yet.
need to look
Should
for
we-
the tunnel.
I
Do
can go in the top floor if you guys want it. Like, it's no big deal. Like, I could just go in the top floor and like top to bottom, just real casual.
I think we should stick together.
It is only one floor though. One floor with the windmill on top.
Yeah, no, definitely. Together sounds like a lot better. Just with the crew, whatever, no big deal.
Sorry, I learned that lesson the hard way. a while ago. Well, we'll start heading in.
Okay. Yeah. Who's going in first?
Corbin.
Okay. It's the right size for you. So you pop open the door, and it's a small residence like all of the buildings in the town are. And the inside looks like it's been ransacked, and it's been like that for it seems like a little while. There's kind of it's been settled. There's cobwebs and dust and just kind of stuff thrown about. Clothes, chairs tumbled over. The bedding isn't fresh at all. The bed on its side, and it's that same like mud and water that from the outside is all over the inside too. So the whole inside has just been kind of traipsed over with that kind of thick, slimy mud from the outside.
So
Are there any
Brennan,
kind of tracks in the mud?
Are you proficient in survival?
Mm,
Anybody who's proficient with survival, make a survival check.
I'm going to do that. Ooh, there we go.
So yeah, natural 20 for Brennan.
Am I
Or
the only
24.
one not proficient?
No, I don't
not.
think Lucius is as well.
Oh, okay.
So Merrick and Brennan, because it's mud, the tracks don't hold for long, and there's kind of fresh water around. But they do make out a human, or what you would assume human-sized boot print, and some others as well that you're not sure of, but they look like it would be size-wise comparable to a human.
Brennan is going to start looking for anything that would lead to an underground tunnel inside.
Okay,
And he doesn't find it.
Okay, well, so Brennan's kind of slopping around in the mud trying to find this this tunnel.
Lucius is just kind of staying at the doorway, kind of keeping his eyes on the outside,
Okay.
but also like looking inside so that if he needs to cast stuff on the inside, he can. So he's crouched by the door.
On the inside or the outside?
On the outside,
Okay, so
but just at the
sure.
at the entrance.
And by this time, it's dark. It's pretty dark outside.
I'm just gonna use my, I don't know what to call it, mage bug hand to just start poking around and looking for tunnels or whatever.
Make an investigation check.
It's basically mage hand, but it's bugs.
Huh. Interesting. What a twist.
Kind of slopping around. I mean, the the blacksmith said it was down here, but it's a big mess in here, and you guys haven't seemed to find anything that would indicate there was a trap door in here.
Well, let's go ahead and check outside. So we'll go back outside and kind of make a perimeter around. This time I'd like to help Brendan, since he can't see in the dark.
Sure.
So
24.
A lot of good my help did.
At like if you've seen like Twister, they have those little like side doors, like for like a storm cellar,
Mm-hmm.
I live in Kansas. They're everywhere.
You know exactly what that is. Yeah, I live in Los Angeles. They are not here at all. But it's like that. But it's you could tell it's been tried to be concealed, and it's on the small-ish side. All of you could fit through it. Crenshaw would be a little bit of a tight fit, but it's you could tell someone's tried to conceal it. It kind of has this mud and it's slop over it. But you do find a door kind of at the base of this windmill.
Brennan would like to check for traps.
Okay.
Do I need a new investigation check, or can we go on that one?
Nope. New investigation check. Okay. It just seems like a simple door. There doesn't seem to be a lot to it.
So then we'll go ahead and go on in.
Okay. So you open the door and it reveals a set of rough stone stairs and the initially the tunnel is fairly narrow. It's a little claustrophobic for you, Crench in particular, but it widens out as the spiral, as the stairs spiral downwards into a long tunnel. For those of you who can't see in the dark, it's completely black down here.
I'm gonna ask Corbin if he can see in the dark.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, man, I can see pretty much wherever you need me to see. My captain.
Is he out of curiosity looking the wrong way when he says this?
No, he is dark vision.
Okay.
Well, if you'd like to lead the way down, that'd be fine with me. Or I can do it, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, I can be the leader. Whatever, it's no big deal. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So the
down.
stairs end after a little. It goes fairly deep, and then it kind of the stairs end and it turns into a tunnel that goes southward and slopes down. The cave is damp and cold, and you've got to be careful when you walk because the floor is covered with like a slippery algae. It's very slick. You kind of feel this icy cold water dripping on you from the ceiling. The whole place is just like musty and wet. And after what seems like a long time, because
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I don't have dark vision.
Oh, I thought halflings do have dark vision. Do they not?
No.
Oh,
I think it's only one of the subclasses.
Wow. All right. So that means 2 of you have dark vision?
Yeah, I do.
3. Morag will, Crench will, and Merrick will.
And Merrick will. Right. And the other 3 would not. Okay. So who's in front then?
I mean, it's probably still Corbin because he's trying to impress
Probably
everybody.
still me.
Okay, fair enough.
We can light a torch for him.
Yeah, you can light a torch if you guys need to.
I mean, we're still stealthing, so I don't really think a torch is a good idea. By the way, do we need a new stealth check down here, or?
Yeah, in a moment.
Shush!
Has it been an hour?
No, it wouldn't have been an hour.
So we still
it's probably been
without a trace.
Yeah, it's still probably been on the order of like 40 minutes or so. So let's actually go ahead and let's do the stealth checks while we're here.
Awesome. 19.
So this is plus the 10 still.
I blame you. I blame you, Crench.
Well, remember, it's an 11 still, dude. It's or no, 17.
17.
Yeah. Oh, no, disadvantage 11. No, 11.
Oh, it is 11.
Yeah. But it's not a natural one, so that's good.
No, it was a 3.
So
and even if it is a natural 1 doesn't mean anything other than for an ability check.
So yeah, 29 for Crench, 20 for Brennan, 19.
Okay, you guys are pretty sneaky, other than you hear the clank, clank, clank as Morag kind of stammers down the tunnel.
Morag sounds like a typewriter eating tinfoil being kicked downstairs.
This is okay. Crench doesn't really like to be stealthy anyway. It's kind of beneath him.
So this tunnel kind of slowly gets widens out, both gets taller and wider as you continue down it. It slopes downward just a little bit, and it heads south. And after about a half a mile, we're gonna take a 5-minute break, and then we'll go.
All right.
Half a mile.
Half a mile. It's a long fucking tunnel. Be right back.
I'm gonna use the restroom.
When do I get new cantrips? Is it?
So I'm trying to decide whether to do the standard or the ew.
Either way
Take your
works.
pick.
I can go back to the how. I can
take
go back to
whichever
the
one you
Thanos voice. How dare you? That's adorable.
That is adorable.
Oh man.
Oh.
So I had you guys full on muted. What I'm guessing I heard us finding the door Kansas style.
We're going into the tunnel, and we've been going for about half a mile,
Correct.
and it's
Okay.
slimy and gross.
And it's finally opening up into something, you said?
And the fact that it's slimy and gross is making me more think that I might be right about what this thing is. Metagame.
So is Corbin enjoying the fact that it's slimy and gross?
He's pretty indifferent.
Torn on whether or not I should make a player card for Brennan. Probably not. Just an NPC.
Is Brennan just like an NPC, or is he like someone who's not here?
Nope,
He's
he's
an
just an NPC.
Yeah, we essentially hired him. I brought him on as like a
So minor
apprentice,
backstory.
sort of?
We found a Thieves Guild house, and it was a Thieves Guild that had been fighting with another Thieves Guild. And this was like the little, much weaker Thieves Guild, and like all of their dudes had been killed or run away except for Brennan.
and one other guy.
We basically captured Brennan and said, "Hey, do you want another second chance at life?" Because Crinch is all about second chances. And he was like, "Yeah," and we were like, "Cool, we're taking your guild house and we're turning it into this other thing, and you can be a part of that. But if you fuck us, we'll kill you." And he was like, "Okay." Like that's pretty much how Brennan happened.
Right. Traveling with us ever since.
Gotcha.
And he survived where our other rogue died.
Yeah.
Yes. To be fair, he's more intelligent than our actual player-controlled rogue. Not that the player was unintelligent; he was just playing his 7 intelligence rogue
No,
correctly.
he's
Corbin has 7
complimenting you.
charisma.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not coming out at all.
Morig has 6 decks. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
As I referred to him, he's like fire sorcerer dwarf Cotton from King of the Hill. I ain't got no knees. Lost my shins in the war.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
All right.
All right. Are we back?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it.
Let's do it to it.
Oh, we are doing initiative.
Oh, no, I didn't say. We will be doing initiative, yes. But if we're back, let's go
Never
ahead.
mind, we're going the other way. No initiative.
Let's go ahead and since Corbin is in front, make a perception check with disadvantage because you don't have dark vision.
I will give you guidance. Take a d4.
Can I guess I can't help him.
Nope.
Like be up near the front, also trying to perceive stuff.
Nope.
But
Alright,
I can give
fine.
him guidance.
You can give him guidance. Corbin. Oh, there it is. Perception. I can see it.
Ooh.
And that's 11.
Guys, I can see everything.
But we are being very stealthy, I think.
Hey, Corbin, we're over here, dude.
All right. So you, as the corridor widens into a kind of a large opening, and then opens to a pool of water, and
Fuck.
let me get you guys here. And in a moment, we will roll initiative because no surprise round.
Is there a rock on the ground that Lucius could grab?
Sure.
Lucius is going to grab a rock.
Fair enough.
It's clear, guys.
I'm casting Mage Armor. Oh wait, no, that's the other campaign.
Well, we don't know we're about to find something yet, really.
No, I
Don't forget, you also in the other campaign have sneak attack.
Yeah,
in your third
in
campaign.
the other campaign. No, Molman would have casted it before we had gone to the farmhouse.
Because somebody is a little D&D whore.
Well, maybe. To be fair, the other two are not nearly as fun as the third so far, but we'll see if that gets better.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
Are we on this screen or are we on a
Nope,
different?
I'm going to change it in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm getting
We
it prepped
need
for
to,
you.
we need to be under the screen.
Well, we want to wait.
Oh, you're correct. Thank you. We
Now-
learned this lesson last time.
For the record, boys and girls, just always know I'm going last in the turn order.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
I have a
Probably.
6.
Oh, and so
You have a 6 initiative?
we found out that what we found out last time that what we were using wasn't adding our initiative bonuses.
Right. So unless you have some kind of feat, just use Dex instead. Just click. Well, but that won't put it up there. So just change it. Just change it would be easier.
Sure. So you'll have to once you roll it, you have to change it based on whatever. Don't forget to minus that too, Morik.
Where did mine?
So 8.
Yep. So go ahead and manually adjust it to what it should be.
Why is it not letting me do it?
All right, because we take the number we roll plus
83.
Plus your dexterity bonus.
So minus 2.
No, 8.
Wow, Crunch, that stat roll's really insane. 83 initiative.
Jeez.
There we go.
Brennan actually has a +3. But Brennan's is actually 22.
Corbin's about to get absolutely ganked by these sea hags.
Create a new character, dude.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that these things are not the thing.
These things are the appetizer. The main
I
course
think
is
so.
in the water.
I think so.
All right. So everyone's is correct. Let's go ahead and order these.
And I'm gonna grab us some battle music.
Nice. Love me some battle music. Oh, Brennan.
If you go into turn order settings, there should just be a button that says order
Really? Where's that?
highest to smallest.
Dude,
When you
I
pull up
even
your
found
turn,
that thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Other way. Ah, spicy. All right.
Might even be zesty.
Zesty even. Brennan is up.
All right, so
I'm assuming Corbin yelled back some kind of warning when he finally perceived these things, so we'll say that he's aware some's out there.
All right, so
I mean, the warning was there's some stuff out there, but don't worry, I've got them all.
it's more of a, hey guys, it's pretty clear up your way.
So Brennan, I assume
Wait a
can sneak
minute.
to here, and we'll get sneak attack because they didn't see him coming.
Sure.
All right, so gonna shoot at the middle one with his light crossbow, and totally miss.
He does indeed totally miss.
Well, if he's not seen, he has advantage on the attack.
Okay, so a 15 to hit.
15 will hit. Yep.
Okay, so for 9 damage, even with the sneak attack.
Okay.
And then, I'm sorry, I have to zoom in a little bit to actually get around the turn order. He's going to go ahead and back up and try and get out of people's way for right now, because he can only attack once.
So is it
And
still
he's
like a low
actually...
ceiling?
So let's see, he moved 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, the ceiling is much higher in here. It's been slowly widening as you went down. But once it gets into the main cave here, it's fairly high.
Okay.
Actually, he's going to use his bonus action to dash back into the hallway.
Spicy.
And that's Brendan.
All right. Sorry, I need to refresh my memory on these. When you start getting these things that have these weird abilities.
So basically, he learned a lesson from how, what's-her-face?
How Emmon got dead?
No, how,
Goodness.
Gudrus
yeah, that's
would
true.
do the bob and weave. He's stealing her move.
All right. So the description of these creatures is they're humanoid. They appear to be female, and they're absolutely grotesque in appearance. They're slimy. They seem to have stuff dripping off of them. And
Do they have any weapons, or they just have like claws and stuff?
Well, you can't see.
Actually, they're actually not going right now because somebody else is going.
Oh boy. Rest in peace, Corbin. Tanking. He's actually surprisingly tank.
A whip.
A whip.
And as Corbin is trying to yell a warning, and Brennan runs out and fires a crossbow bolt at the ugly creature, you see these fish-like humanoids emerge from the water.
Corbin is straight up not having a good time.
He is not having a good time. That is probably a very true statement.
That's a lot.
See, 24.
What spells did I prep again?
He can't make it. He can't.
Corbin should run.
All right. So the 3 that can reach.
He should, shouldn't he?
Okay, I'm just gonna copy paste this for convenience so I can look at it easier.
So you see these 3 in the back here, the ones that aren't within melee range of Corbin. Each of them casts a spell.
With no apparent effect.
With no apparent effect. And the three that are close. So this is the top one. Not quite advantage. Top one.
Did they have to like dash to get there?
Nope, they were waiting at the edge of the water.
Oh, okay.
That's why the front 3 could make it, but the back 3 couldn't. They weren't all close enough. Yeah. And they have a swim speed. So they're
Those
not
are both going to miss, unless they have advantage.
They do not.
Okay.
Second one. Let me see something. Second one.
Oof.
Yeah,
crit.
that's that one.
Okay, so 6 points of piercing damage as the one slightly off center to the right just kind of clamps down on your little arm and swallows a cockroach.
Jerry, no!
And the bottom one.
You'll pay for that.
And the bottom one hits with 3 points of damage on his pincer staff. And because of that, you are currently grappled by this one here at the bottom.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
little buddy, I'll get you out of there.
Now it is the Sea Hag's turn. This one, what is it? First level? Boom. Casts Ray of Sickness on Corbin. So go ahead and make a ranged spell attack. So 7 to roll to hit, but if I did that right, double check.
That's 7 versus the AC, yeah.
Yep. So 7, I assume, doesn't hit, right?
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
Perfect. Second one.
Oh, yeah, there's more.
Yeah,
But wait, there's more.
there's 3.
Good old Billy Mays.
That one won't work.
Boy, Mongoose really went all out for this one.
Dude, yeah,
There's a lot of stuff in here.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
I don't think we're seeing all of it yet.
No, probably not.
I'm just seeing how long it's taken him to go through
I
all
know,
of his
dude.
notes to get to it. It's like,
It's
God!
Pretty much.
They're throwing some shit.
Oh, that's why. Okay, we'll just go ahead and the second one will cast the same spell. For the sake of this. Does 21 hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, So, Constitution save fails. So 11 points of poison damage, and you're now poisoned and grappled.
Awesome.
Yep.
You're going before me too. That's a bummer. Try and get around and get you ungrappled, but. To be fair, this is kind of how it looked in the one shot, and we got you out of that, so.
And this one you see slink back into the water, as these ones also do the same.
Oh, bitch.
Morig is up.
Alrighty. Morg's 1, 2, 3. He's gonna move to there.
Okay, what's the range on your dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay, because I'm going to reveal more based on that. 10, 20.
Oh yeah, who is a torch?
I'm gonna take care of that. Don't worry about that.
We didn't light a torch.
I'm gonna take care of that. Don't worry about that.
Here, let me do it this way.
Because otherwise I'm blind right now.
And grappled and poisoned.
He's having a bad time.
Yes.
The 60 feet is, pretty far out there.
There it is. That's what I wanted to know. Now I can, other than the walls, which you can't see. But...
I am double checking at 60 feet, but I want to.
Well, I just put the aura on you, so.
60 feet.
Right? Alright, now the rest of this is easy. There you go.
Okay. More water. What you doing, Morig?
Is it good to go?
Yep.
Alrighty, first of all, we're going to do this as a bonus action. And then... That moving really changed my spell.
You were going to fireball that.
Fuck yeah, I was going to fireball the shit out of it. To the point where I knew that I could save him if I cast it right there.
Yeah.
Like, I would lose everything over in the water, but they would die. Fuck it. And I'm gonna cast it right there.
Oh, rolled a 22 damage.
Do it, Morg, I can take it.
Now...
That's pretty great.
Where was the spell?
It's gonna be... Hold on, I'll show you right now. Basically...
Draw you a picture.
1, 2, 3, 4... Right there.
Okay, so like on the little cross right there?
Right, so if you actually look at the thing I just posted in chat, you'll understand why right there.
The thing you just posted in chat, what are you talking about?
In general chat? A picture, 20-foot radius.
Oh, sure, yep.
I looked it up to try to make it easy.
So good, just mark it out real quick then.
Somebody else's.
There you go.
Who's blue? Thomas is on it.
Wait, that's not right. Hang on, I did it wrong.
Yeah.
20. Hang on.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Just
right?
tell us who it hits.
Yeah. That's a...
So you'd probably like originate it from right here, and it's just going to be everything in a circle from that point 20 feet up.
Well, it should be. Put it right here. It would hit this one.
It'll hit all 4 of those. 5 of those.
I don't think it'll hit this one.
Yeah, it'll hit them all. Like if you see the origination point of mine,
right. You're right.
It'll hit all 5.
It should hit everybody except that one.
And if these are hittable by it,
I have a fireball radius handout. I just can't post it.
No, that's
Pretty
fine.
sad.
Well, we marked it. It's good. So those ones I just marked off real quick.
But if they're underwater, they might be unaffected by it.
They're partially underwater, so I'm going to give them a advantage on their save as well.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Where
By the way, in case you guys didn't notice, Morg is now covered in flames.
Yeah. That's a
So we
fail.
can-
That's a fail.
we-
That's a fail.
We can see nicely.
So what's the damage, Jeremy? 22? Okay.
22 halved on success.
Yeah.
Let me make sure these guys don't have any weird resistances or anything.
So it looks like 3 of them failed and 2 of them saved.
So 22 on fall. So fail. Fail. Oops.
Figure out how much HP these guys have.
Fail. Pass. Pass. And then the other ones.
Ooh.
1 fail, 2 passes.
The one that failed was the middle one that took the damage from Brennan. So they're all actually pretty much equal in damage.
Alright, let's see. I just want to make sure. Concentration. Okay. Alright. Is that your turn there, Corey?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. That brings us to Corbin, who is poisoned, blind, and grappled currently.
Is there enough light coming from Morig to help him out?
Oh,
Or is it
actually,
on
yeah,
fire?
you have an idea of what's going on now after the massive explosion that just sort of incinerated some of these guys.
You guys are on
All right,
fire.
bonus action, I'm going to agitate swarm,
Alright.
which basically makes my weapons do bug damage
All
if I hit with them, so they do extra damage. And then I'm gonna hit the one at the bottom that's grappling me.
Okay.
I think I have disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
You do. Although I think you get to make a... Hold on a minute. Check. You actually need to make, before you do that, for starting within 30 feet of the hag, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, beautiful. Nope.
Oh, jeez. All right, so you are frightened of the middle sea hag for 1 minute.
Nice.
So frightened, poisoned, and grapples. I'm gonna have to look these up, right?
All the status effects.
I know, right?
Man, these
frightened-
guys really aren't scary, huh, guys? Especially that middle hag.
Frightened, if I remember right, means he can't move towards it.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that's
see.
correct.
Do you have to move away from it, though?
Frightened. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer. A grappled creature, speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. And what was the other one? Poisoned, a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So there we go.
Sweet. No problem.
Okay.
And then with my my offhand.
So
3 slashing damage.
attacking this one to the right, so 12 would not hit, and 10 would not hit.
Nice, no problem. All right, good round. Next.
Oh, actually, I lied. The 12 will hit,
Oh hell yeah!
so 8 damage.
8 force damage.
Nice.
How's that?
So
how's that one looking?
They're pretty robust amphibians. So other than a little singed scales, he seems to be doing okay.
Okay.
We'll start doing this Thomas style. I'll start marking them down a little bit as we get closer.
Okay.
That brings us to
I'm glad that that's now Thomas style.
Thomas style. Yeah. You have a style named after you. Crench.
Alright, so I kind of drew how I was going to do it, but I'm going to basically skirt down the wall so that I avoid getting in attack of opportunity range of that one. But I'm going to go to here, 35 feet of my 50 movement. I'm going to bonus action to rage, and I'm going to swing with my great sword
Alright.
with weight behind it at that one.
Sure.
Are you recklessing?
I am not recklessing because right now I have advantage with flanking with him on the other side. Great weapon master, great sword, rage. There we are. Ooh.
Oh no!
And a 6 or an 8 does not hit.
Let's go ahead and do extra attack to swing again. 21 to hit. Or 22 damage.
Or 22 damage as you run around the outside of the walls, come in with your great sword and just take a huge wound, gashing wound across the side. The creature makes like a kind of a gurgling sound like it's underwater and slightly drops to one knee as this dark, bloody material starts pouring out of its side.
And I'm going to go ahead and move to here.
Okay.
And end my turn.
That brings us to Merrick.
How badly beat up is our friend Corbin?
You would have to ask him.
I mean, hit points wise.
We don't know for sure.
How you looking, Corbin?
I'm okay.
Okay. All right. So I am going to move to. I'm going to stare at my map. Actually, I'll move here. There, so 15 feet. And when I get here, I'm going to go ahead and conjure animals.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and create myself 2 brown bears.
Well, technically, I actually get to choose them. You don't. Get
You don't?
But, nope. But for the purposes, because I have them here ready.
It says choose one of the following options.
Yeah, you get to pick the challenge rating, and I get to pick the creatures. The reason for this is there are some very gamey ones out there. Black Bears is not one.
Okay.
There's
I was going to say 2 beasts of challenge rating 1 or lower.
Oh, yeah. So the Black Bears are fine.
I thought brown bears would be challenge rating 1.
No, the Brown Bears are the more powerful.
Right, but I thought they were CR1.
So which one are you doing? You said 1 beast of CR2 or lower, or 2 beasts. So you're summoning 2 brown bears then?
Yes.
Or brown bears. Okay, I misheard you. Those are large creatures. Where are you going to put those?
So I can put one here, in front of Crench. Right, because that's 4x4.
Mm-hmm. What's the range on that? Does it say how?
60 feet.
No, that's plenty then. Yeah.
One might fit right there if we're generous about
one
this
could
spot.
Fit there. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Or you could put it back here and put it a little in the water.
Make sure you mark off that spell, and you do have access to that character sheet now, Andrew, so you can click the attacks and everything. It's already there.
So I have access to the Barrett character sheet, or?
Yeah. Do you have an extra character sheet in there? Do you not see it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that way you can click on the attacks and stuff. You don't have to we don't have to look it up, basically.
Yeah, we're supposed to roll initiative for them.
Okay, so go ahead and do that.
So that would just be roll initiative from the character.
Yeah, just a D20 or from the sheet.
And I have their hit points already set up here, by the way, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of them.
What's their dex? Because that's not adding the mods, so.
It might be 0. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 0.
It's
okay,
0, so
then yeah, it's 14.
Okay.
Jesus, I thought it was bad when there was 1 bear. Now there's 2.
I know, right?
And maybe a third one coming in soon.
Yeah, he can turn into Barrack soon.
It can get real crazy up in here. And I'm gonna
you
go ahead and tell
you
them.
had the numbers.
Yeah.
You mean it could get very crazy?
You can get very crazy.
Very crazy.
Get a bit hairy in here.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell them to attack our enemies.
Okay.
So that would be that turn, or that part of that turn, and then also I'm gonna go ahead and because the cantrip is a bonus action, right?
No,
Not necessarily.
Yeah, no, the cantrips are not bonus actions. You'll have some spells that are bonus actions, but cantrips are not.
Like Healing Word would be a bonus action, but that's also a spell, and you've already cast a spell, so you can't. No.
Right.
You could probably change shape.
You could, but I don't.
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill with the shape changing for right now.
Okay.
I was about to say I don't know where we would put you.
He would go. He would go right where he's at between you and Morik.
Yep. But I'm gonna go ahead and stay as Merrick for right now.
Okay. Then that brings us to Lucius, if you're done.
Okay, so I am going to move to right here. That rock I grabbed, I'm going to cast the light spell on it.
Okay.
And throw it right here.
Okay, make a range attack. So dexterity check, no proficiency, improvised weapon.
That would be 40.
That's 2.
You huck it right into the water, and it just goes bloop, 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 bloop.
I just had like the
bonus action, pick up another rock and say fuck, and that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm moving right here.
Fair enough. Brennan.
All right, so he's gonna use his movement and his. Sorry, I was trying to calculate this. Movement and bonus action, so that's 20, 25, 30 to go past Morig, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So I think he can actually get there with
just bonus action dash, yeah.
Yeah, and the regular movement. And then he's going to attack.
I don't even think he needs to use the regular movement. Just the bonus action dash is 60 feet.
Is it? I thought it was just the same amount of what your movement is, which is 30. So you'd have movement and then bonus action dash.
All right. Either way, he makes it regardless, yeah.
Sure. And then he's going to attack with his +1 short sword with his action.
And you get advantage because you're flanking.
Okay. There that is. Bummer.
11 does not hit.
No. And he's going to stay put.
Okay. It is now the whip's turn.
Whips.
Cool whip. Cool whip.
Watch them whip.
I'll watch him nay.
That's right.
Oh,
Got him right where I want.
I hate myself just as much as I hate you right now.
Okay. This one that just moved is casting Bane on the 2 giant bears and the huge half-orc.
Bane. Okay.
So
Did you say they're casting?
they're casting.
No, I'm gonna, why not? We're gonna do this.
Okay, you can counterspell it. Mark it off. Fair enough. It is definitely
Why not?
countered.
I got it. Why not?
Yeah. I didn't want to be baned.
Oh, they tried to cast Bane on us, those bitches.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
No, they tried. I said no.
So the 3 that attacked Corbin before will do so again. Top one.
Got him right where I want him.
Probably 14 misses, 19 hits, I would imagine.
Yep, correct.
Okay, so you're double grappled now. 7 points of piercing damage.
You're
They're both-
re-grappled.
They have these like staffs that have little pincher claws at the end to like hold people down.
How did I end up as the tank here?
You
So
wanted to
I
go
guess-
first.
I guess they're
offered.
I guess they're fighting over you. The one to the right.
The most validated Corbin's ever felt.
Wow. 14 points of damage, and now all 3 of them have the little thing on you.
Try grappled.
And the last one is 10 points of piercing damage. As these guys are just biting you and pulling you with their.
Does the 14 hit? Probably
No,
not.
No, but he's got advantage. So
He's got advantage
21,
because he's got the grapple. He's using that was the attack for the grapple that he is in with the staff. So it's
Well,
21 hits.
If they're grappled, do they? I don't know if they get advantage. I think his speed.
No, it's because the weapon. He's grappled in the weapon that does the damage.
Even so, it kind of is.
Gotcha. Okay, I got you.
The way we play flanking, he's kind of flanked.
Either way, so 10 points of piercing damage as these things just start poking you and pulling you with these staffs and biting down. They must really like the taste of bugs.
Corbin partially throws up, partially sprays blood out of his mouth, and then says, "Got you right where I want you."
Okay, the one in front of Crench will attack him.
Of course.
17, no? Yes?
17 does hit. That is my armor
Okay.
class.
So you are grappled and take 3 points of piercing damage because of the damage reduction.
Alrighty.
And the one will attack Barrick and do 7 points of damage, and it's too big to be grappled.
So it does 7 damage to that brown bear.
Yeah, to the bear, brown bear right next to you, to your right. All right, Sea Hag's time.
God, what are they gonna do?
Starting with the bottom one, she is going to cast Lightning Bolt across the bottom. So Crench, Brennan, and both bears need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Probably that critter needs to too.
The critter, yep, you're 100% correct. The critter would also need to, but she does not care about that.
So I would have advantage on this because it's something I can see, right?
Yeah, you can see her. Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
Yeah. Take it.
37. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
So let's have our bear make two dexterity saving throws for the bears, please, Andrew.
Dexterity saving throws for the bears.
Yep. So the first one is the bear closest to it.
But it did not hit Brennan.
No, Brennan is one.
No, Brennan is okay.
That's the first one.
Well, how wide is it?
5 feet.
So
5 foot long, 5 feet wide.
So yeah, it would be right here.
Or if you bring it down 1 square,
then it wouldn't hit Crench.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you want? You want me or you want Brennan?
We'll go straight across.
Well,
no, actually, I lied. He would want Brennan
point?
so she doesn't vaporize her own thing. So there you go.
So if you make that dex save for Brennan, he has evasion. He takes no damage.
Sure, we'll take that.
Does he have evasion at 5th?
He's a rogue.
I mean, I think his dex is as high as mine, or 1 less. So it would have been it's as high as mine. So it would have been 21 anyway.
No, I just didn't know if he had it already yet.
He should.
He's 1 level below you guys.
No, he doesn't have evasion. That's not. Yeah, he doesn't have that. I think that's level.
I think he gets it next level.
I think it's level 7 actually.
Yeah, it's not quite yet. So,
but he makes the save and takes half the damage still.
So takes half damage. Are you keeping track of his hit points?
I am.
Okay, perfect.
So
first bear misses. Roll for second bear. So 37 divided by 2, rounded down. So both bears miss, and both bears are vaporized.
Like they're dead?
Yep.
Sweet. They're vaporized at 34 hit points? That's gross.
Yep.
Poor bears. They disappear. They're fey.
All right, so that was bottom Sea Hag.
So that would have been.
Glad the bears were here, guys.
Yikes! Brennan is looking rough.
And where? This Sea Hag moves up a little closer just so she can see Crench, and casts Eye Bite. So Crench, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
A 6th level spell.
Yep.
Which one was this?
18.
Okay.
He made a save.
Hags are fun and balanced.
So you pass, so I don't believe anything happens, right? I'm kind of reading it. So the spell's duration, and it has Constitution. Okay, cool. So nothing happens this round, basically. And then the top one. 2. Do you think this hag can see Lucius from here? Probably.
I would say obstructed at best.
That's not really an option. It's either they can see him or they can't.
I would say I have half cover.
Okay, so that's visible though.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one will cast Phantasmal Killer on Lucius.
Phantasmal Killer or Phantasmal Force?
Nope, Phantasmal Killer. You need to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
24.
It was the wrong target for that hag to pick.
Yeah, it was.
And the spell backfires.
I wish he would have picked Corbin. He's ready for
I'm
it.
too wise, bitch.
All right, Morag, you're up.
Shitballs.
You're out of 3rd level spells, aren't you?
You want to
Feels
get me
bad.
ungrappled?
No, as a bonus action, I'm gonna convert all my sorcery points
Oh yeah.
into a 3rd level spell.
You're gonna fireball again?
I think I have to, right?
I mean, it makes sense.
And I think if I do it right there, everybody's safe.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see.
You do it like here. You'll get, yeah, that's what I was thinking. You'll get,
You'll hit
you'll
Cringe.
you'll hit Cringe, but I think Cringe is the only one, and you'll get everybody? If you go further back, you can get not the bottom hag, but you can get the 2 top hags and the 3.
Crunch, how good is your script? It's going where I
You
can
can,
get
you can hit 4.
I'm okay for now. I mean, I got a
So
pretty
if
good
you do
dex
it,
save,
yeah, you can do
but-
it at a place where you'll get these one, and not hit Cringe.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm good with that. We'll do
Alright.
that.
All right.
Now, I will say I screwed up on the first one.
Mhm.
And I'll explain why in just one moment as I do that.
Okay.
Oh,
That is not 20 damage. That is actually 23 damage.
right.
Oh,
yeah,
because your
it's-
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
technically everybody on the previous one should have taken an extra 3 points of damage, but that's whoops, my bad.
Okay, so what is it? So 23 on him. Next one down. 14 passes, right? So it would be 11.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
And he misses.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
All right, and the hags. Top one passes, bottom one fails. Beautiful. Oh, and you know what we'll do, just to so you guys know. She's fine. There you go. All right, Morik. I think that's your turn, right? Bonus action, cast a spell.
Yep.
All
That's
right.
everything.
Am I up now? Is that me?
Corbin. Yep.
All right. Disengage.
We gotta escape.
Oh, I
the
can't. I'm
grapple
grappled. Son of a bitch. All right.
Yeah, you're in the end game now, buddy.
Is it an action or a bonus action to drink a potion?
It's funny. I just put in our Discord today that we're to give yourself a healing potion. We do it as a bonus action,
Cool. Awesome.
but only healing potion and only to yourself. All right.
And I can roll another d8 for that. Wait, I should be more. Plus my spellcasting mod. So it should be 6 plus 2 plus 1d8.
Oh, and actually, this middle sea hag needs to make a concentration.
So I heal for 16 total that round.
All right.
Oh no, 16 plus 8, so
24.
Concentration is a
24.
con, save, right?
Concentration is gone.
Okay.
That's a fail.
She lost her 6th level spell with that fireball.
As Corbin's healing, he's like, "When I'm healed up, you guys are so dead." All right, that's all I got.
Crunch.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and swing at this one again. 12 to hit
12 hits.
or 23.
It's grievously wounded, but isn't not quite dead yet.
All right, extra attack. I'm gonna swing away at it again.
You know you're gonna crit it now, right? Because that's what always happens.
Nope.
No,
Not even gonna hit it.
Missed it outright.
You always crit them when they have like 2 hit points left.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna give a nod over to Brennan, and I'll look at how he's doing, and I'm gonna say, "Look out."
Brennan's thing is to finish him off anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is I'm seeing he's not doing very well, so I want him to leave.
All right, Merrick.
Okay, so Merrick is not happy that his Fey beast friends are now gone. But what he goes ahead and I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
All right.
And I'm going to put it right here in the middle. There you go.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to click on the spell so I remember what that thing does.
So yeah, I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm going to slam it into the this creature here next to.
Straight down?
Yep.
Okay. Click on the spell for me so I can see what it does in there.
Yep.
Thank you. Is a bonus action used if you're on the sphere creature that you must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage. Okay, so dexterity saving throw. Be here. And it fails and takes 6 points of fire damage.
Does that include the spellcasting modifier, I wonder?
How would I tell?
No, it doesn't. Okay.
So given what you said earlier, do I need to do anything different with that number? Because it's just it's 5. I got 5 plus 1.
No,
Yep, no,
this
that's
one
the right number.
it'll say if it does damage, including the spellcasting ability modifier, and it
Okay.
doesn't. It just says 2d6.
So
Okay.
any creature that's within 5 feet of it, so that includes me, or is it just in the 5 feet that it occupies?
Any creature that 5 foot damage as bonus action, any creature.
Within 5 feet of the
When
sphere.
you move the
so
sphere, you can direct it general barriers up to 5 feet.
you probably wouldn't move it then, Andrew.
No, but it says it says if he ends its turn within 5 feet.
Right.
As a
So it's-
bonus
Within 5
action,
feet around it.
Crench didn't end his turn there though.
So I
Yeah.
just have to move.
You just have to
before
move
the end of
before
my
you.
next
Okay.
turn. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
That
kind
was
of
my-
planning on it anyway.
But that means that
Get after
all
that
of
hag.
these guys have to move now unless they want to take that damage.
Yep.
Like all of them.
Yep. That's alright.
Which is going to provoke a lot of attacks of opportunity.
Well, 1 for each person, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to Lucius.
Lucius, can he see now because of the flaming sphere?
Yes, sure. Cast off a nice soft light enough for you to see.
Okay. Because otherwise it was going to be the same thing. Glow a rock and throw it. And
Into the
Wait.
water.
it doesn't land in the water.
No. Because when I'm on fire,
Oh yeah, he
I didn't
emits a
realize
light.
I miss light. Emit light for you.
Oh, okay, cool. So I can see then. So I see 3 hags.
Mm-hmm.
Help.
It's bright light for 30 feet and dim light for an additional 30.
Yep. So that gives
Which
you
is the
plenty.
whole room, yeah.
So what I'm going to do. Let me see, what's
Help.
the range on this one?
Help me!
30 feet.
Maybe we need to help buddy.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cast Bane on this guy, and this guy, and this hag.
Okay.
So let me get that spell out. Bane is first level. There we go.
Except for the DC is not a strength DC for 0.
No, it's not. That's weird. Okay.
It's
let me see.
a charisma saving throw, and the DC would be your proficiency plus
Which
your
is
wisdom.
15. DC
Is it 15 already?
Mm-hmm.
So the one closest to you, the one next closest to you. So first one passes, second one fails, and the hag passes.
Damn. That's no bueno.
So this one failed. So he's baned.
What does Bane mean?
He gets
That means he has
24.
he has to take a D4 off of most things he does. Attack rolls, saves, anything like that. He has to subtract a D4. They rolled really high.
They did.
That's just really unfortunate.
They've rolled almost as high as Corbin has rolled low.
Oh, shots fired.
And that's an action spell, I think. Yeah, so I have a bonus action, but I can't really do anything as a bonus action because
No spiritual weapons?
I can't. That Bane's a spell. I can't.
Oh,
It's
you're
not
right.
a cantrip.
You're right.
So yeah, that's all I can do. Unfortunately, that feels real bad.
Brennan.
All right, so he's going to take one side step over here. He's going to think about disengaging and listening to Crench, and then he's going to remember Emin and doesn't want to lose any more of his friends, and so he's going to go ahead and take a couple of swings before he leaves. Let's see. Brennan, where are your weapons? So he's going to do the main attack, main hand with the short sword. 18 for 14 damage with sneak attack.
He is very dead. As Brennan kind of rolls out the way, lops off a leg, the creature's lying on the ground, flopping around.
And then he is going to
Stop stealing my kills.
Go a little. Nice. He's gonna go a little roundabout, but he's gonna go out the door, and I think he can get to there.
All right.
Is he going to bonus action hide?
He will bonus action hide. That's a good suggestion. So he needs to make a stealth check, right?
Yep, that is correct.
Oh my god! He's bleeding really bad. He kind of falls over a little bit, you know.
The dice are against us tonight, man.
Yeah, but he makes it into the corridor, so for now he feels a little safer.
All right. It is the whip's turn.
Whip.
Cool whips
Cool whip.
you have there. Would be a shame if something happened to them.
This one moves here.
Mm-hmm.
This one moves here.
Yeah.
That one is going to stay put. And actually the rest of them are going to stay put.
Bring it on, you bastards.
And just, yeah, all three of them. Actually, this one is not. He's going to stay where he was. The two are going to attack.
Wasn't he here?
French. No, he was up here. This one was here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He moved around. He stayed up there.
Okay.
So this one is going to cast Bane on Crench, Morig, and Lucius.
So
Not on me. Haha.
that's a wisdom saving throw?
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma. Alright.
Not on me either.
No.
Oh.
So Crench,
They
you
got
get
baned.
minus 1d4 on your rolls.
Yeah.
Only until we kill it. Which one cast it?
The one that's further away up here.
All right, target acquired.
And the one that's right next to Crench. Both of those hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he does 11 points piercing damage.
So to separate them, 3 reduced to 1.
Correct.
8
and then 4.
reduced to 4, so 5 damage.
And then the bottom one
Misses.
Another 1 damage.
another one. And make an attack of opportunity on this one as he backs up,
Yeah.
if you choose to.
I was thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. Nah, 6 to hit. Not even close.
So he backs up a little bit. And this top one will continue to attack Corbin because he's got the bloodlust and he's in his little pincer staff. Oh my god. 3 points of piercing damage.
-4 to all that.
No, this is the one closest, not the one behind him. The one behind him has little crossbones on him. We'll do him next.
Oh, okay.
So 10 points of damage from this one. And then,
So predictable.
and then the one behind him. I don't think a -4 is
It doesn't
gonna
matter for a
Yeah.
crit, yeah.
So 7 points of damage. And
Fuck.
so 17 points of damage.
Well, wait, that one doesn't have advantage.
Yeah, it
They're
does
not-
because
they're-
it's the pincer staff. He's grappled.
Oh, you're right.
Mhm.
Shit.
How you doing there, little buddy?
So what is that? 3, 10, 17 plus 8 is actually 25 points of damage.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to hop into the middle of them, but boy, they are just zoned in on you.
Yeah. You think you have me grappled, but it's you who's stuck here with me. Well, I'm also poisoned, so I'm half vomiting, half coughing up blood.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, it is the hag's turn. You know what? I kept forgetting to do horrifying visage with you guys, but that's all right. I forgot to do it. It's my fault.
It's pretty much only been me.
Mm-hmm. This one is going to move here, and let me see if how this works here. Oops. Yep. There's the lightning bolt there. Actually,
We're not seeing it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I think that'll. Did I get Merrick too?
What's the range on it?
Like 30 feet. Oh no, hold on. I got it right here. It's pretty long.
That's not what she said, Goose.
I know, right? Whoop, that's the wrong one. Ignore that one.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that.
34.
100 feet long. So yeah, that'll. So Crench, Morig, and I'm pretty sure. Oh.
All right, so dex save with advantage from me.
Yep. So there's 4 there. Actually.
Minus a d4.
So Crench, Corbin, Morig, and Merrick all need to make a saving.
Natural 20. I'm not even gonna roll the d4.
All right.
Make a which one? I'm sorry.
A dexterity saving throw. So Crench takes 17. Is that right?
Sounds good.
Merrick takes 17.
Even with a 20?
Yep, you take half
You
damage.
take half damage if you make the save.
Sorry, I
You'd
missed.
be taking 34 if you didn't make the save.
So I take 17.
Time for a little barrack.
Morig?
Sorry, I
We've gotta
was looking
kill
at what do I
Or
need to do?
maybe a big
Dex
barrack.
save.
Oh dear God! Don't make me make that.
Morig, take 34 points of lightning damage.
Okay. Morg's down.
Unconscious. Oh.
Yeah.
And Corbin needs to make the save as well.
Holy shit. Do we need to bug out of here?
2 people down.
2 people down.
This might be a TPK, guys.
I believe.
Merrick, if you can get Morig up, I can get Corbin up.
And this one, because they're running close here, we'll cast Ray of Sickness at Crench.
Nope. Not with a 10.
Not with a 10. And the other one will do the same, actually.
Yeah, 18 hits me.
Make a con save. Oh.
Yeah, minus a d4 even, so yeah. No one hits and I'm poisoned?
But
Yep.
you're poisoned only till the end of your next turn.
Yep, so one round of poison.
And I take 12
12
damage?
Yep. Morag Flint.
Morag's down.
He's got to make a death saving throw then.
Hag hasn't even been damaged.
I know.
That is a fail. Corbin, and the same. That is a pass.
It's like legit. Should we just grab our people and run the hell out of here?
Crench?
But our people are grappled.
Mm.
Am I grappled?
Did this bottom one hit you last turn? With its pincer thing? Let me scroll up and find out. If it did, you are. It had advantage, so it did. So yes, you are. I mean, you can use an action to try to escape from it.
But I don't have an attack. Well, does that... So, that wouldn't count as an attack, doing that strength check.
That would be your action.
That would be your action.
So then I wouldn't have the extra attack.
Correct.
And I'm at disadvantage because I'm poisoned for attack.
Oh, you know what I didn't do, though? I need to make saves for these two with the fire, which I should have done. Let me do that real quick.
So Andrew needs to roll 2d6 for fire damage.
Trying to find it real quick, his spell here, to see what the saving throw was.
I think it was
There
Dex.
Yeah, 16, so they both fail. So Andrew roll 2d6. Or one fails.
So 9 damage, and the other one takes half, right?
I don't think it takes half on it, does it? I think on that one it just takes no damage.
Do I have disadvantage on something if I'm attacking it when I'm grappled with it?
It takes half damage, you're correct.
Alright, so I'm down.
No, but no, you don't take damage. That's them doing damage to you. Or to your flaming sphere doing damage to them. That damage wasn't to you, Merrick.
That wasn't to me?
No, that was your flaming sphere hitting.
I was like, Jesus.
No, I just forgot to roll for it.
So, do I have disadvantage if I'm attacking something that's grappling me?
No, but
disadvantage because you're poisoned.
I'm just figuring out if it would be better for
Oh
me to try
no,
and
you don't
break
need the grappled condition doesn't give you disadvantage. It just gives you movement of 0.
Okay.
And so that's a strength check to get out of that.
I'm gonna
but
try
you have
to.
a minus d4 because of Bane.
But I have advantage because I'm raging.
On the strength
check. On the strength
yes.
check, yeah.
So it'd be just a straight check.
I'm gonna try to break the grapple.
Okay.
I'd have disadvantage on attacks anyway.
Okay, definitely breaks free of the grapple.
Yeah, so 18.
Yep, 100% breaks free.
I'm gonna move to here.
We should bug out of here, guys.
And
Well, we've got 2 people who are on the ground right now, unconscious. So we'll have to get them up, then we'll have to wait for it to go around to their turn again, and then we might be able to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of keep a lookout for whether or not we're needing to leave. I'm gonna wait there. I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity if I run away. So, plus I have the speed to get out of here if you know, that's where we go.
All right. It's Merrick's turn.
All right, since I'm sitting right next to my good friend here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast a spell.
Okay.
And that would be spellbook here would be Cure Wounds.
And you can cast it at a higher level for more healing if you choose.
I'm gonna cast it at. I'm gonna cast it at second level.
Okay. And you get one more D8.
D8. Yep.
Holy shit!
Nice.
21. You're at 21 hit points more.
The sad part is I was -6, and I'm now more than halfway to my max.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't go into negatives, but yeah.
Yeah, you
You're at
just
0.
have.
Oh, does that not
21.
count?
No. There's no negatives. You just go to 0 when you.
Yeah,
Oh, so I am actually at 20.
Oh, it's 21 your max. There you go.
No,
More.
28 is my max.
So now you're at 21. All right.
Yeah.
You're at 75%.
So that was
I'm
my
used
first.
I'm used to 3.5 where
Right.
negative
right.
10s and
No negatives. It's just 0.
So it's me now?
Well,
Well,
Unless Merrick has a
Merrick
bonus
can
action.
still, yeah.
Oh.
He
do
can still
stuff
move.
and move.
Bonuses to Barrack. He can bonus move the flaming sphere if he wants to.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slam the spear into.
Oh, actually,
Go
you
ahead.
should make a concentration check when you got hit with a lightning bolt because you can lose the sphere. I always forget those fucking things.
So that's a con save.
It's a lot. It's a lot to keep track of, man. This is a big fight.
Nope, goes
Ooh,
away.
A spear.
Goes away. All right, so. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, I kind of yell at the team. I'm like, are we staying or are we going?
Gonna turn and
We
say I
might
think we should try
stay
to
if-
leave.
We might stay if we have a bear.
I mean, you can definitely move in bear form.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn into a bear.
All right. And where are you moving to?
So is anybody still grappled, other than the fact that he's on the floor?
No.
So I'm gonna go
Well,
ahead.
yeah, I mean, Corbin is grappled.
Corbin's unconscious.
Corbin's
Oh,
unconscious.
you're right.
Honestly, we need to kill
We need to kill the
these
hags.
bitches.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are really fucking us up.
I was gonna take the attack of opportunity from the bottom one and move up and around to try and kill the middle hag, but I was grappled. So it's
Right.
Yeah.
Where to, Barrack?
I'm gonna move. Derek moves. I'm actually nervous, guys.
well, yeah.
yeah. I
People
think
can
we
be
all
dying
are.
here. But we're about to start knocking some of them down, I feel like, so I mean, it might turn.
Barrick is gonna go. He's gonna kind of move forward a little bit and move right here.
Okay, perfect. Oops. All right.
I'm no longer
brings us-
poisoned, by the way.
Yep, that brings us to Lucius.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is a third level healing word. So third level healing word on Corbin.
Which is a bonus action.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. All right.
Let me find it. Healing word. There we go.
So 5 plus 2d4 more.
Yep.
So,
So,
10
10
health
hit
back.
points. So
Come on, guys.
you're doing great, Corbin.
Got them right where they want.
And let me see.
And your poison condition is, by the way, gone as well.
I need the middle hack to make a wisdom saving throw
This one. All right.
for Toll the Dead.
All right.
And let's see. The damage is 2d12 now, so let me update that.
Oh,
That's a fail.
that fails. Nice.
I rolled shit.
Oh,
Wait, did that roll d8s or d12s? I rolled
Yeah,
d12s.
it's, no, D12s, yeah.
So
You hear this bell sounding out, and the creature grabs her head and shrieks.
I killed her.
Nice.
Would you
Oh,
care to know how many health she had, by the way?
I'm guessing she had 8.
8?
She had 8. She had 8.
I want to imagine her head popping like a zit. Just
And then the carcass starts receding into the water. All right, Lucius, is that it for you?
that's a bonus action and a cantrip. That's all I got.
All right. The whip's turn.
Oh, Brennan.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Brennan's turn.
He's gonna go here so he can get a straight shot at this one with his long bow.
All right.
This one's
Yes.
almost dead.
But he doesn't have a straight shot to that one. It would be a higher AC.
Minus
That's
2. Be minus 2.
Well, actually, I mean, like, is this guy tall enough to really get in the way?
Well, he's not engaged with melee, actually, because he just got up. So
He's engaged with Barrack, though.
But he's still,
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
still
prone. So he, yeah. That's,
Gretchen's not down. He was poisoned. That's what that little X is.
Well,
Poisoned
right,
in
but
vein.
this guy's prone.
Yeah.
Corbin's
So
prone.
Fire
Corbin's
away.
prone. Yeah.
Fire
So
away.
we'll shoot at this one. Natural one.
Well, hold on.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
because he's coming out from hiding. Well, he was.
That is true. Well,
He
He
well,
wasn't
on top
hidden.
of that,
he wasn't hidden. He rolled a 1 on a stealth check.
Can I?
well, more so than
I mean,
that.
I'll tell you what. I'll roll a perception check against your stealth check to see if he stays hidden.
Okay. Can I say bonus action hide, or am I too late to rewind that?
No, I think we're too late to rewind. We'll keep your
Alright.
other one there before. If he rolls super
Well,
ass
it was
low.
like a natural 1 was the.
Right, so it was a 5. So if this guy would have rolled a 3 or less, it would have worked.
All right. So anyway, yeah, he misses, and he will go back
Alright.
here and he'll use his bonus action to hide again.
All right,
That's a little better.
that's it. Definitely a little better. All right, now the whip's turn. So one will attack Lucius. One that's right next to him. So
The pincer
Lucius,
hits.
so Lucius, 7 points of damage, and you're grappled. The one that is baned will attack Corbin. Jeez.
Okay,
Uh,
he's not.
So 6 points. Of,
Wait, what's Corbin's AC?
a million.
Well, I mean,
No, it's 18.
so he still rolled
Okay.
a 19.
yeah, if you'd rolled a 4 on the D4, then okay, but
So 6 points of piercing damage onto Corbin. These two are going to attack the big bear that just arrived. Did I do it right? One. Yep, perfect. So 11, 12, 16 all hit. So 9.
My AC is 11.
It's actually
Yeah.
12 because of the ring.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So the pincer
So
would
12 and,
miss.
the, 12 and the 16 hit, right? So 10 points of damage, which would put you at 24.
Yep.
And you're not restrained because you're large. And the last one will attack Cringe. And miss on both.
Nice.
Alright, Sea Hag turn.
2 left.
I think they still got one lightning bolt too.
In the
You
words-
see this one dive back into the water and then disappear and swim away.
Ooh.
And this one does the same.
I
More.
don't like that they did that.
Morag, does your Phoenix expire when you drop down? It's probably not active anymore.
It doesn't say.
I would assume it does. If you drop to 0, I would assume it goes away.
Okay.
I can't think of any ability that stays up.
Yeah, it's
0.
so. Well, because it's also at next level, something happens when I drop to 0.
Right. Oh, there you go. So
Which one fired hit Crunch with Bane? This one, right?
Yeah.
No, the one immediately to the left of it. This one.
The
That
yellow
one.
Yeah.
Fuck that one.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Would
I'm gonna
my
wait.
would my agitated swarm still be up? Because technically they're like their own entity. They're not like my ability; they just are.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I was gonna say the Conjured Beast. I think would be the same way.
That one there's going to be rules for. I'm almost positive there won't be for the Swarm Keeper stuff because it's a pretty new UI.
Yeah, it's like brand new.
Brand new.
Came out like 6 days ago.
Let's say yes for now, and we can figure it out later.
Okay.
For the sake of this encounter.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
15 does hit.
At that one. And tell me it was not shit. Okay. Oh, it's that cool. I was going to say it has to make a concentration. But no, it doesn't. Which means, Crunch, you don't have your Bane anymore.
Yep.
Nice.
I've removed it.
Thanks, buddy.
You got
Does
your
it
board?
bounce?
No,
It
it
does
doesn't. That's
not.
what I was looking for.
It only bounces if the two d8s are the same number. So he had a 3.
So if
and
you
an
roll
8.
Two
Gotcha.
ones,
Yeah.
2 2s, 2 3s. So
That brings us to Corbin, I believe.
So it's 15 damage? Wow.
Do I heal or do I attack? I can't heal very much. I think I'm just gonna attack. That's all I got.
Well, you've got him right where
Attack
you want
goes.
him, dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm gonna attack this one right here
All right.
with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
I'm
You're not
poisoned.
poisoned.
You know, I said you're not poisoned anymore.
Oh,
I mean, the 11.
well, it still misses anyways.
Actually, the 11. No, 11 hits.
Oh,
Exactly.
11 force
And
damage.
it
then.
has 11 hit points left.
Wow.
Okay.
11.
11.
And then
I had to double
offhand-
check because that spell in the beginning that didn't seem to do anything. They actually cast Shield of Faith on themselves, so I had to check if it was one of those ones or one of them. No. Didn't have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then offhand attack on the one directly above me.
All right.
And then extra attack, main hand attack again.
Nice. So 13.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
That's all I got.
Crunch.
Going here, and I'm going to take 2 swipes with the greatsword. If I can lop this thing's head off.
17 does hit.
Oh, no, that's not me.
Oh. Well, it would hit.
Oh,
21
21
hits.
for 26 damage.
All right.
And then another 21 for 23 damage.
By 1. Creature falls down after you just cleave it in two with these massive swings of the sword, bellowing in rage.
I'm going to go to here, here.
Oh,
And
you have like 50 movement,
50 feet of movement. So yeah, even if I'm jumping over bodies, parkouring off of barrack,
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
yeah, no problem.
Pouring off the barrack.
That's something I've done before, and I've never attacked successfully after it. Actually, I don't know if I can move to here, but either way, it's fine. I'll attack this one with my bonus action, thanks to Great
All
Weapon
right.
Master, and I'll down something. Nope. See? Parkouring off of barrack, it throws me off every time.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna die now because you missed that.
Well, I did my best.
Barrack.
So there's this guy left and
Uh-huh.
this guy left, correct?
Yep, just the 2. What you see?
All right. So Barrack roars in just pure rage, just pissed off at how this whole situation's gone off, and the fact that Merrick was fearful for a second. He's just not real pleased. So he slashes at this guy here with both claws.
All right. Uh, 15 does hit.
And still alive.
Yep.
Okay. And then he just goes in and just more pissed that it's not dead, just bites its face off.
14 does hit, and it's still going Barely, but it's up and kicking.
It's got no face though.
No face. It is a faceless fish.
Are you gonna take his face off? Like him face off?
Lucius?
Lucius is going to shift down to ensure that he has advantage for what he's about to do, and is going to inflict wounds at 3rd level
Oh,
Ooh.
please
on
save
that
me.
guy.
It's gonna melt him.
The idea is I'm going to, quotey fingers, heal by killing the thing that would do damage.
Self-defense healing. Preemptive healing.
16 points of damage.
Thomas is a robot.
Thomas is a robot.
That's not me.
Oh, there he's back. Oh, so is that... So is
Who
the
was it?
3d10... Is that an extra 17, Grendel? Is a high 3rd level spell?
I think it's Rhythm Bot.
No, Rhythmbot is playing. No, it's Grendel. Grendel is robot.
Oh, yeah.
That explains why he didn't answer.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Normally it'd be 3d10, and he rolled 3d10. And then it's one more d10
my
for each.
stupid headset.
There it is.
There it is.
33 damage.
Perfect.
Necrotic. It's alive?
It is alive.
It's alive.
Wow.
Good.
I assumed that would kill it.
Brennan?
Yeah,
Make
he's,
sure I did that right.
he's gonna go ahead and step up and take. Well, actually,
Let me make
See
a
him with the-
perception check.
yeah, it'd be the 23 stealth.
He basically needs to roll a 20. Nope. So you get sneak attack with your crossbow if you choose to use it.
If he ran up and hit him with the short sword, would he get advantage
Yeah.
still? Okay.
Totally.
So yeah, he's gonna try to hit this one. Back to his weapons. There's a short sword. 13 for 12 damage.
Brennan, once again, with the uncanny ability to come in and finish off the bad guys.
And even though
Skewers him with the short sword.
I am thinking, Crunch is thinking in his head, "Don't get cocky, kid." He's gonna leap right over and he's gonna attack with his bonus action with the offhand.
Don't forget, too, if his human determination, he can just give himself advantage on something once per rest, too.
Oh, he's gonna do that right now. Good idea. So short sword offhand.
I mean, it won't get sneak attack damage.
This is
he's only
not
got once
sneak
per
attack
turn,
damage.
Right.
But a 24 to hit for a whole 1 damage.
1 damage.
You mean 10? No, like
No,
just
'cause
one.
he doesn't get a
No,
sneak
a whole 1 because those threes
Oh,
are
and
all
you
the
don't
same.
get.
Oh, I
don't
guess
get
it's
dex mod?
4. It's 4. Well, no, actually, yeah, you don't get dex mod for
Wait,
the
which
offhand,
one is
do
he
you?
attacking?
Not for the offhand, unless you have the 2-weapon fighting.
He's attacking this one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then he gets a sneak attack because it's within 5 feet of
He
melee.
already,
got sneak attack.
he already got sneak attack once this turn.
Bullshit.
He might get advantage, but he wouldn't be able to use sneak attack.
Yeah.
And even he hit anyway. So yeah, 1 damage.
Have Brennan make an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Oh, and the bear as well.
Yeah, I was about to say Barrett could too.
Oh, Brennan finishes it first.
He's got a higher dex. He got cocky, but it worked out.
I think Brennan got 3 or 4 felling blows. You guys are slacking.
He's been working real hard, man. He works out.
He does.
I took 94 points of damage that combat.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk over to Barrick and Gnomish, say thank you, my friend.
Alright, guys, we gotta go after those hags before they get away. Come on.
Before he can run, I'm just gonna grab him.
I'm gonna pick him up.
Keep him from
I'm
running.
gonna baby Bjorn him over my shoulder, and we're leaving.
That's right. You better run.
Oh God! Right down my back, really?
We can
Guys,
come
I
back.
have so many holes in my body.
We can come back, and we will come back. But
So are you guys beating a hasty retreat?
Yes.
All right.
should we? So, what do we want to do here? Do we want to just kind of go up the tunnel for a bit and do a short rest? Do we want
time up? It's in theory it's nighttime-ish, right? I mean, it's
Yeah, you guys are there like I mean
11.
not
I
even
cure wounds the shit out of myself.
10 maybe, if that. Because you guys went into the windmill like right as it was getting to be sundown, and then the summer, so that would have been like what, 8?
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, before we leave, Lucius is gonna pick that rock up. He's gonna cast light on it, and he's just gonna huck it as far out this direction as he can, just
Okay.
to see what it sees before it goes sploosh into the water.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll anything for that?
No.
Doesn't see anything. It's just
Nope. It's just kind of an underwater lake of some sort, and then it kind of, now when you look to the south, the water goes on, so you don't know how far, but it continues out of your sight. But the water
Okay.
ends to the north.
so. Do we wanna do a long rest or a short rest? If we do a
I'm
long
good
rest,
now. I'm healed. I used all my spell slots to heal.
Well, but now you guys are out of spell slots. I think that's. A
I
good...
don't have any third, but I still have all my first and second.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can definitely go off of a short rest. That's up to you guys. We can kind
I've
of just
got
retreat
one
up.
third.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
I've
be able
got
to
one
heal back
third.
up.
I spent 2 first. I did Bane. Wait, I did Bane. And I did Healing Word, yeah. And I did Healing Word at level 2.
I've got one level 2 left and one level 3
Let's
left.
have this conversation while we're walking up the hallway a little bit, because
Yeah.
we're not going to rest
I've got-
here.
I've got 2 level 2 spells, a level 3rd, and 3 level 1s. So I'm pretty good for a short rest. One thing to consider too, just mechanically, is they were using like 6 level spells and shit. If we take a long rest, they'll have those back. If we take a short rest, they won't.
Good point.
And I can also cast Walk on Water because that was one of the spells I prepped.
Nice.
If you don't believe me, Goose, you can literally scroll back.
No, I saw you posted it.
Yeah, so we can walk on water to go after them.
I like it.
Which is very beneficial to us.
I don't know if Morg can handle that, guys. He got pretty beat up in that last fight. I don't know if you saw.
let's
I'm gonna kill him.
let's retreat up the hallway about 200 feet or so, and we'll sit.
Here,
we'll
Morg,
sit,
grab onto me to stabilize yourself.
We'll sit.
And I
Barrack,
basically fall onto Morg.
We'll sit Barrack up front of us, and we'll take a short rest.
Okay.
I'm actually, so when we do this, I'm gonna grab another rock and cast light on it because it's a cantrip, and about we were going like a couple 100 feet. I'm gonna put like 100 feet or so. I'm just gonna drop the rock,
Okay.
so we have a light. So if anything starts coming, we can see it.
Fair
about
enough.
100 feet before it gets to us.
Yeah,
Alright.
and Barrack's going to turn back into Merrick because the short rest will let me refresh some stuff.
Can you take a short rest as the bear,
I don't see why you
and then when it's
couldn't,
completed, he can heal? You know.
but it lasts an hour, so it would just be over.
That's what I'm saying. Is you should stay as a bear, because then if we do
No,
have to get into
he
a
should
fight,
be Merrick, so he heals Merrick's hit points because he won't when he's a bear,
but
and he can shapeshift into a bear again.
well, okay. But I mean,
Yeah, he
what
won't.
I'm saying is that he's been a bear less than an hour. So by the time
That's
we got
true.
to the end of the long rest, you would be Merrick again. But if we get attacked in 10 minutes, you're still Barrack. You know what I mean?
But then he doesn't benefit from the
He's
rest
got,
of Merrick.
yeah, he's got to use the hit dice as the form that he's in.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair.
So if he didn't have, like, if he would for whatever reason
Well,
was
and
pretty
plus
good
with
on
a
health.
short rest, you get all of your bears, your transformations back anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So short rest completes, and what are you guys doing now? Go ahead and do your hit dice.
Okay.
The hit dice is a 1d8, right?
Yeah, you just click on it. And make sure you're keeping track of how many you use, because you only get half of them back in a long rest.
Jesus.
Shit.
Corbin is sitting in the corner trying to discreetly talk to his bugs and being like, oh, I hope they didn't see that.
So, wait, 1d8 or a 1?
You just click on it. It should do whatever. Yours is D8.
So on the main page, it says hit dice, and then it says use off to the right.
Page.
Yours should be the second button down, the D8.
It says Bard, Cleric, Druid, Rogue, Monk, Warlock.
I know I found this last time, guys. I apologize.
That's
Oh,
all
there
right.
it is.
You're good, man.
Yeah. Okay. Current is 5.
Wow, I'm rolling really bad on these.
10.
And you
Hey,
can
there you go.
use, up to however many you have, and you have 5.
Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Now I'm topped off.
Now
But I
do
did
Brennan
have to
too if you
use every
do
one.
Brennan too if you have it.
Yeah.
Brennan's rolling baller.
Yeah, of course he is. So yeah, you got a couple of good berries for him, Merrick.
No,
Well-
I don't, because I didn't prep those.
That's all right.
Why are you spending so many hit dice,
What?
Andrew? Like, how many hit points were you missing?
Well, he got a full force lightning bolt to the face.
He
I was-
got
I
an
was
8
down to-
on every
We're down
one of
to 7
those.
hit
He
points.
rolled a 6 on a D8 3 times in a row. Little show off.
All right, so short rest completes. What are we doing now?
Go
So
down. Let's go down this waterway, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
It appears much how you left it. The slimy fish bodies and guts are spread everywhere.
Check something.
It's still
real
super
quick.
dark.
Okay, light is not concentration, and it lasts an hour.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 2 rocks, and one of them I'm going to tie a rope around the rock, cast light on it, and then dump it into the water and just let it go down until it hits the bottom and see how deep it is.
Okay. You kind of watch it go down, and it looks like it goes down maybe 15 or so feet.
And
Okay.
actually, if you walk with that, we can see if anything's coming up behind us through the water.
I grab another rock, I cast light, and hold it in my hand, and I'm
Alright.
doing that exact thing.
So that means Andrew has to cast water walk with you.
Well,
that a
I
single
assumed
target?
that was the plan.
Is that a single target or is it a group target? I actually don't know.
Up to 10.
Okay, so you guys all get it with one. Okay. So you guys gingerly kind of test it because you've never done this before, and step out onto the underwater lake. And after about 200 feet or so, there's no place to walk. So you can tell it continues, but it continues underwater. And the underwater water is going south. South.
So it has a
south,
current.
South, southwest. A very, very slow current, but yes.
So I should have prepped water breathing. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's perfectly okay.
As Morig in particular seems to be very leery to step out onto a body of water and chainmail, but he's
Are you
doing
kidding me?
okay.
He's crying.
Well,
Well, the nice thing about water walk is you can go underwater, and you'll be buoyant. Like the way it
Yeah,
works.
But there's no way to get your head above water, is what I hear Goose saying. There's
Right.
no-
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
it continues underwater. So you would, if you want to try to follow it further, you would have to swim into underwater, basically.
well, it's worth noting that, like, as adventurers, typically we can, hold our breath longer than your average person.
Totally.
We don't know exactly how long it's going to go, so we might send. If I remember correctly, it's based on your constitution, how many minutes you can last underwater without
It is.
having to start doing checks. So, like,
And if you want to get really cute, I believe, Merrick, you can turn into an animal that can swim now, right?
I can.
So Merrick can just turn into something and start swimming around down there.
How many wild shapes do you have?
2 more. Because we rested. So I can turn into a crocodile.
something that can breathe underwater and that can battle well.
Well, technically, a croc can't breathe underwater, but they can hold their breath for like an hour.
An hour. It is an hour, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just try and go find the next pocket and then come back. And in the meantime, I will cast Speak with Animal. I'll ritual cast Speak with Animals.
Before,
so when you get back, I can talk to you.
Are you planning on doing that, Andrew? Turning into a croc?
I'm out here dancing on the water because I don't know why you guys are on land because we can dance on water right now.
Okay, that's fair.
Fine, we're on the water.
That's what I'm curious about.
So, are we doing the thing where you're turning into a croc? Because a croc can also fight, so that's not a terrible move. So if we do that, I'm going to give you the rope with the light rock and just kind of put it in your mouth so you can hold on to it while you swim. So we have a kind of a lead line.
Sure. Okay. What do you two on the shore think? Come on out. The water's nice.
Hey, Morik. While we're here, how do you think I'm doing with these guys? You think I'm doing okay?
You're doing all right, buddy. Just keep going.
Okay. Do you think they saw that? Wait.
The only thing that would actually make him go out on the water. This conversation.
If you guys need water walking tips, you just let me know, okay? We're doing good.
Doing great, buddy. Keep going.
I have a lot of holes in me that weren't there before.
I'm more charred than I was before. A lot more.
I have no spell slots. Please help.
So what are you guys doing?
I guess we're going.
I think
we're going.
We're having Andrew turn into a croc. I'm putting the rope with the glowy stone in his mouth so that he can.
You could tie it to my leg.
Well, if it's in your mouth, you can let go of it if you need to.
And you can clamp your mouth shut so the light won't show. Because I imagine you could see underwater.
Hmm?
And in the
With
dark.
5,000 psi of force.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
crocodile.
And but then like the rope will just trail behind you, so we'll know if you go further than 50 feet of hemp rope.
Is that what you're doing, Merrick? You crocking?
Yeah, I'm gonna croc.
All right.
Crocodile.
Yeah.
Prepped with the croc, ready to go.
The Marrock.
Well, he has so many tokens now.
This is a custom one that I made for Andrew, so that's before I had the shit ton that I had today.
How cute.
All right, so you have the light rock in your mouth. You duck down and swim, and it just kind of the current slowly. It's not a strong current at all, but it is there, and the underwater river goes to the south and then to the southwest, and there seems to be no air pocket. It seems to be completely underwater for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. 20 minutes.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn back because there's no way they're getting there without us doing something different.
Okay. So after about 40 minutes, Crockrick comes back.
But now I have ritual casted it every 10 minutes because it's
okay. So Lassie tells you what he found.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lassie's motions that you guys have about 10 minutes before you all drowned in the water, so we should get back on the land.
So, in these few minutes that we have before we do that, Lucius is going to take the rock with the glowy rock with the rope and just kind of go around here.
And it seems pretty nondescript, actually. And even like when Crockwick was underwater, there just wasn't much going on down there. Actually, Andrew, make a survival check.
I will. Hang on, scrolling up.
Where the hell did the hags go?
I wonder if they went to the town.
We scared them off.
You would kind of make the assumption based on the direction that the river was going that it might feed into the lake to the south.
So I'm sorry. We went. So which direction did the cave go?
South.
South.
The underwater
So-
river goes to the south and then turns to the southwest.
But the cave that we
Or sorry,
came to-
southeast.
The cave that we went to come in, did that come from the north?
Correct. Like
So-
the windmill is up here. You guys got to go back up the path you came to go out at the windmill.
Okay, so this thing is way away from the town.
Yeah, remember I said
Wherever
the tunnel.
this feeds out to.
Right.
Okay.
And so you
Okay, yeah.
went in the trapdoor under the windmill. The tunnel went a half a mile underground to this
Okay.
underwater lake, grotto, whatever, and that river seems, from what you can tell, to feed into the lake when it gets there.
Well, then it sounds like whatever is causing this issue might be at the lake. So we might have to go back above ground and then try and travel down to find the lake down there to really figure out what's going up here. Or we can go back to the town and we can maybe try and follow the blacksmith's wife the next time she comes down here and see if she's maybe meeting whatever the problem is down here, and maybe we just missed it. Maybe it wasn't all of these things, but maybe it was something else. It might have been something else.
That's fair.
Either
Maybe
way,
she's we should just kill her. We should just kill her just to be safe.
well, I think what we should do is we should go back to the tavern, and then one of us just takes shifts. Keeping an eye on the blacksmith, and if she decides to go somewhere, then we'll follow her and we'll see what we can do. Otherwise, if nothing happens by tomorrow, maybe we'll go make a trip to that lake.
I like that. That's a good plan.
We can also maybe try and talk to the blacksmith. Does anyone have any discreet way to get him a message, do we think?
I could after a night's rest, but it would have to be after a night's rest.
Yeah, you're talking about casted message. But
Sending.
yeah, sending, that's right. Well, or we could maybe just try and see if one of our sneaky folk can actually sneak in a written message to him. But either way. Because that way he can let us know if she goes somewhere. And we don't have to watch the house.
So, are there loose stone here anywhere?
I mean, for what purpose? There's going to be rocks and stuff around, but
There's rocks? Okay.
Sure.
I'm gonna start with my sword splitting open the bellies of these things and putting the rocks in the bellies and then throwing them into the water so
okay.
that they sink.
Okay.
It's funny you say that, dude, because I was just about to suggest that we would do that.
I'm guessing
I mean,
these bodies don't have anything on them.
No.
Okay.
And I'm leaving them light enough, hopefully, that they'll float down the river, but kind of slowly. Like, I want them to not be visible if you just come up to the water's edge right here.
Right. Right.
But I
we
also
also
don't want
have-
them drifting all the way to the lake.
Oh, okay. We also have water walking. We could fill them with enough weight that they'll sit at the bottom and just walk them down a little ways.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll do that.
Okay.
Alright.
So we'll just walk them down to right to the point where the it starts to get where there's no
Underwater.
room, and then we'll just let them sink there.
Right.
And then we'll go up and we'll go back to the tavern, get a night's rest, and have one person watch the house.
Okay.
At a
So you guys arrive at the tavern at about midnight 30, and that's where we'll pick up next week.
All right. Whew. That was a close one.
That was some spicy combat right there. They had some nasty spells.
For you
Hey.
guys, maybe. I was fine.
You're a pro. You know what's going on.
94 points of damage, boys. Let's go.
Don't worry.
I
We'll
could have
make
killed some of you like 3 times.
we'll make sure to try and get it into triple digits for you next time.
It'd be much appreciated. All right. Good night, guys.
That was fun. Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah,
No worries, buddy.
Yeah.
We'll
Thanks.
Thanks
get
for
you
running.
Saturday.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun playing
Yeah,
with
man.
you.
Thanks for allowing me to play my weirdo.
Hey, anytime. Your video's a lot of fun.
It was.
I've been waiting for this moment like all week.
Yeah, I finally got to see Morig too.
Oh, it wasn't even that. I just wanted to see how the bugs were going to turn out.
Oh, okay.
They were buggy.
They were
They
buggy.
were.
Yeah, that had me worried.
Well, I'll tell you the one. I'm surprised at how tough that turned out to be.
Well, we were also just rolling really poorly.
And they were rolling really well.
Yeah.
Also, like in
That just
particular,
happens.
and in particular against Thomas for fucking whatever reason. Like, I'm like, God damn.
Special guest. Hello. Die.
Oh, God damn it, Brian.
What?
Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and close out the stream. I want to thank everybody who is watching tonight and is watching the VOD later. This has been ReGen D&D episode number 10. Come check us out on our Twitch stream, Jay's on Hots, from 6 to 10 on Tuesday nights. We do this every week. And we'll see what happens with the tradition of rejects next week. Have a good night.